Okay. Better. Sorry for that delay there. Hi, this is Caddie. If you're already here, welcome to the stream. Welcome to me staring into space randomly. Get my headset back on. That's better. Well, that was a startup adventure. Oh, I have the wrong thing on there too. Glorbly borbledy. Let me fix that. Dink. VR. I want that to be cappies. Caps. VR. Chat. Fun. Dip down to there. Clear that. VR. Chat. Yes. Cool. That is updated. Did. Hi, Wild. Sorry about the delay and the fun. I've had a bit of a moment getting things started today. Oh, things are looking a little wibbly. That's annoying. Well, let's hope that's not a consistent thing. What if my computer just angry at me? Anyway, welcome to the stream this evening. I was late by a few minutes as usual, but for today I had a bonus reason. That was OBS did an update, and then all of a sudden it didn't have an active copy of my Steam key, a Streamy key. So, yeah. Go over there. I don't need you either. Just off my screen for now. Thank you. Thank you, other thing. You're not needed at the moment. Emmy, I have a tiny milder. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ems. I certainly hope you're going to feel better quick. COVID is no fun. Fopsy and I had it last Christmas, so we are feeling for you. This has been a day. This is my first day back to work after a week of being off. And then my dinner was not actually done in the oven when I got off work, as I had hoped. So, I was delayed as my chicken kind of had that magical red juice still in it. So I had to cook it another 15 minutes in the oven. Energy malfunction, don't have it. Yeah, it's about how COVID normally goes. It is definitely a drag on the body. It's usually how I feel after a one of my booster shots each time. Get over there. Just be over there. You're in my visual space. Don't be in my visual space. Well, it has been a day. We'll just put it down at has been a day to start my fun off. I actually slept really well, which is good since it's the first time I went to bed on time in, 9 days. I have asthma as well, so double oof. Ugh, yeah, I know that feeling too. Hopefully this doesn't make much of a long-term effect on you, and you keep all your important things like taste and smell. I like taste and smell. They're very important to me. May I join? Absolutely. You are welcome. I'm upstairs when you do show up, so facing the tree on the top floor. Well, I woke up like I was supposed to this morning, which is excellent. Felt really nice and good. I'm glad you never lost your smell or tasty there, Ems. This is a very good thing. So I woke up, no major problems. got into the workroom and heard Fopsy say about having mandatory overtime on her schedule. I got two of them. Well, one of them work. Cloink. Actually, I had three of them. Abby, you're really allowed to join. I accepted all three. Boop. There we go. And Fopsy had an hour of overtime on the end of her schedule. So from 5 to 6 Eastern. I can't see what my overtime is until I log into the time clock software. I cannot log into my time clock software until right before I'm allowed to sign in. So I logged in at my usual normal time at 9 o'clock, and I could check to see what overtime I had, and it was from 8 to 9 a.m. So while I was on vacation, they put mandatory overtime on the beginning of my shift that I could not see until I had logged in already an hour late, missing that overtime. Anyone see a flaw in this problem? And anyone? Bueller? They didn't. Workforce management did not check to see if, I was there to see this. We're not even allowed to log into our work computers on our days off. Period. They don't want us to even turn the silly things on. And, well, I obviously didn't see that overtime until after it was over, because I was not allowed to do so. Hello, little Emmy Poof. I see you running by there. So I messaged my supervisor. Did I need a little friend? Hi, Ems. Apparently I have a little friend in front of me now. I'm okay with that. I also have a little friend right over there. She's a sweet little hop deer at the moment. You're adorable, Emmy. Very adorable. Hi. Hi to you too. I'm semi-eepy sleepy deer. Yeah, that's COVID, all right. That's how that game rolls. I did message my supervisor as soon as I got in because, well, obviously I missed overtime that I had on my schedule, and I didn't want to get a mark on me. And I said, this happened. And she's like, yeah, there's no way you would have known about that. And she contacted Workforce Management, had it removed from my schedule, so I'm not in trouble for having missed overtime that I had no idea I was already missing. Silly overtime. Silly work. But that's how my day started. And having been gone for 9 days in a row, there are certain aspects of my job that I am literally the only person that does. Which means there were about 8 days worth of backup for me when I got in on that task. So that was the first part of my day, was completing 8 days worth of record keeping that no one else apparently felt like doing. I know 2 other people that were there this whole time know how to do, and they did do 2 whole days worth of it. Good for them. Probably just so that they could have the charted information for the previous week, since it needed to include the Saturday and Sunday, which I wasn't there for. Yeah. So that happened. Elsewise was a pretty okay day at work. I was not bummed at all. I felt pretty relaxed for having had a week off. A little sad that my stretch of Mondays off is now over. It's past the risk the PTO situation before end of year. because at this point, anything that I do take is potentially on a next year's paycheck, which takes out of next year's PTO, not including the PTO carryover from this year. Blah, 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 blah. Long story. Don't take off any PTO in the last 2 weeks of the year. It it's dangerous to your saving system. And I have almost exactly my perfect 40 hours of permissible carryover, so that's sorted. Okay, that's all out of the way. Someone go beep. Oh, well, that's another thing to click on. Kercloink. Sure. Bing. At least I'm in a nice place with a good view zone, so plenty of space for that little fluff to join us too. If you missed me saying it earlier to Emmy, I am upstairs, behind the Christmas tree. For all of you that can't understand that, there's a Christmas tree directly in front of me. And there goes little M&M's. She's going downstairs. Whew. And though it was delayed by about 20 extra minutes, my chicken was pretty good tonight. This was the second half of the bag of leg quarters I started the Monday of the week before Thanksgiving, I think. Because I'm pretty sure we did taco the week of Thanksgiving. So that means these have been in the freezer since then. And they're perfectly fine. They froze-eat good, they defrosted nice, and they baked up pretty darn good. Yum, yum, yum. Chicken leg quarters. And the fact that I had 5 pounds or more, depending on how I split the bag up, of leg quarters for less than $4, I'd say we had a pretty darn good value there. I ate one, and Fopsy's gonna eat some after napping. I hear Denny. There goes an Emmy. There goes a Denny. I have Hob Deer.
Hello there, Caddie.
Hi, little Hob Deer.
Hello there, Caddie.
Hi, little Hob Deer Denny.
Oh, yes?
I didn't get the full COVID. I got mild COVID.
I'm at least glad that you don't have the full COVID.
We are definitely
It
glad on
would
that.
it would have been fluffing nuts with my asthma.
Hope you do feel better.
There you go. You get Den hugs. Fortunately, COVID doesn't transmit through VR. Last I checked.
That's true.
No, you give me a. I was being happy that way you get snuggles, even though you aren't, physically next to Den. Mm-hmm. See, this way we can still be social, even without having, distancing problems.
I've actually gotten my Big 6 controller. I'm excited to use it.
Yay! Well, yay for your
You know
big
who I wish
six.
would visit, but I don't know if you're friends.
Hmm.
Someday soon we gotta drag a certain gray fang friend of ours into one of your VR chats for Flopsy. I don't know if you're friends with Netsu as far as VR chat.
Netsu? Yep, I'm a big friend of Netsu. We've hung out lots of times. I love that little tiny. He's a sweetie poot.
Ending up in VR today.
Yay!
Bobsy gave us that idea because we drain easily.
Fopsy's drained. Fopsy's napping in the living room right now.
I just finished today, so I know how that feels.
Well, Flopsy did get her overtime because it was the end of her shift, so we both worked till 6. Which isn't too bad. That,
Makeup line.
that means extra paycheck. Well, extra little bit of paycheck. You two are very adorable, you know that, right?
By the way, I don't know where I'm going. I'm rolling a sheep to you guys.
Apparently, we're getting a sheep.
I I just got a collection of Studio Ghibli films on a flash drive.
Nice. Hello, Mendy.
I got to
Welcome,
see
Flop.
I
Yes.
got to see Panda Go Panda.
Yay! We have
Got
quite a.
to see part two.
Welcome, Mendy. Good to see you tonight. And is it safe that we have a sheep um, next to the open fire? Is that flammable? Is this going to be a problem? There it goes again. Also, poof. Very poof.
Caddie, I just fell that big thing down the stairs.
It's okay. It's rollable. It's a sheep thing. Sheep do that. Well, hello, uh, Jax. It is nice to have you in my chat. Welcome for being a first time chatter here today. Thank you for joining us. Emmy says hi to the panda. We are definitely for red pandas here. My Fopsy was wearing a red panda fursuit when we first met, and we fell in love at that point. So, yay for red pandas. Yay for red pandas. Currently, we have a Denny and an Emmy running around. So if you see things running past me, they're one of those two. And we're hanging out in a very Christmassy world. I know there's a Christmas tree in front of me that you can't see, but I thought the fireplace was more comfy feeling, so I went with that. I like being comfy. I like it feeling cozy, nice, pleasant, relaxing. Emmy has the sheet back. It's now on the banister. Oh, there it goes. Yep, there's the big poof.
Caddie, you need to watch this. Literally, I just pushed it down the stairs and it kept rolling.
Yeah. It goes roll. Physics. Oh, that's what we were doing last night, Denny. We found a candy-based Katamari world here in VR chat, and we were rolling up Katamari. That was fun. I want to do it again. I do wish it would have been.
Watermelon.
I do wish that the candy place had a scaling physics more than just you pick up bigger things, like Katamari actually does. Because at some point the game just kind of became really, really stuck because you couldn't go further. But it was interesting, effectively playing Katamari in first person. I feel like I had a productive time off for my week off there. Obviously, I was still here. I did still stream, so that's one thing. Both streams, I didn't miss either. Um, um, I managed to build my Lego. It only took me through to Thursday to finish that, so that's pretty good. That was 4,000 pieces of museum. It's currently still sitting on my desk because I need to clear a space in my city to snap it in with the other big buildings. My lines of modular city buildings are getting a bit long, and I'm gonna have to edit out a few more non-modular building items, and I think I have to split one of my um, splittable ones that came in two sections up. You brought me a cat. Hello, cat.
with its own music, apparently.
Oh, good. Oh,
Maxwell.
good.
Maxwell the cat.
Oh, hello. Also, another new person. Friend of Foz Claire? Claire. I found a world called just Goo Infection if you want to check it out later. That could be interesting. I like weird stuff. I'm a fan of interesting places. I do need to come on VR chat more often just for hanging outies. I have not been doing that lately. Um, there's been a little stress. I'm shocked. I know. I know. It's a very shocking situation. Um, all the loves from Jax the Red Panda. That was sweet of you for the many heartsies. I like all of them. Deep. Let me see. Here. Dink, dink, dink. Ha! I heart back at you. Because I can. Hmm. Boba? Boba? Something boba at me. Oh, thank you, Claire, for the follow. I appreciate. Welcome to my channel. I was really excited. We actually broke the 250 mark last stream, so you beat 251. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's still playing with the sheep over there. It's busy. It's doing things. Good for it. It can be down there, Emmy. It's fine.
I
Wow,
win.
it's still going.
It has physics. It'll roll. Good for gravity.
I win. I played pool.
Good girl.
That
Um,
cat
See
didn't
what
seem to
Ryder
want to
gets
roll
next.
very well.
it's cat. They don't roll.
I don't get my. Let me get into chat here. I do apologize.
You're fine, Denny.
Um,
You're doing stuff. Aw, thanks for the little hard hands there, Finn. Friend, Claire,
Denny, go
Faz.
bye bye.
Denny's just going to
I'm
log in a
going
chat.
to go on. Yeah, I need to do my mod duties at the same time.
Don't worry, nothing's breaking at the moment. We're all good.
Yeah,
I'm watching
I
chat.
know, but I gotta get
But because of
on.
a couple of VR meetups that I feel like I had been getting pressured into being at. Yay! Thank you for the little hats there, Ems. Um, I was really getting stressed about when I would go on to VR chat. Um, because I didn't want to be on and then people start asking me, well, why am I not at this meet? Why am I not with these people? Why am I ignoring these particular people? Because it wasn't that there were no one was there that I liked. It's I just wasn't enjoying the functions of the meets and or the time frames. So I they kept making this one later and later on Saturday night, and sometimes it was starting as late as midnight, and my brain's starting to shut down even on a day off that I don't have to wake up in the next day by like 11. So I'm not really gonna go snap into VR chat and go play Zombie Killer or Prison Escape at midnight. I'm kind of done. Yeah, I know, it's pretty late. But we're Eastern time, and the person that was doing the hosting is in Mountain time, so for her, that was fine, because that was only 9 p.m., 9 or 10 p.m. her time. Whereas for me, it was 11 or midnight, so it's a little bit cut in the fun zone. That, and when I go to one of these meets, I don't really want to play Prison Escape or the Zombie House game. Those are those are running around and going crazy games. You're not meeting with people. I'm, you're playing Unreal Tournament with a bunch of other people. You're not hanging out. You're just shooting stuff and maybe talking as you do so. And seeing as how in these cases you weren't being social with the people, you were actually trying to run away from them, it made it a lot harder to do things. So I stopped wanting to go to those events. Um, Yay, Denny and Claire talking. Hello, Emmy. What? Oh, you have a hat.
Oh, thank you, Emmy. Escape from escape.
You're adorable, Ems. Um,
Denny, it was supposed to be for Mr. The Teacup Lion.
I'm fine. It
He's
could be
too
on.
huge for me to stuff it on his head.
It's okay. Denny can have the hat. Denny's allowed to have a hat. I'll share.
Oh, there's
Oh
another
no,
one
it's
down
stuck on
there.
my body. I gotta get it off.
See, that's why I don't want it, because I don't want it
So
stuck on my body.
exactly.
See, now that's Denny's problem.
I can just easily reset it. It looks fine. It should get rid of it. No, it doesn't even get rid of it.
Yeah, you gotta like respawn to get rid of these attached items. And there were actually more than one meetup on Saturday night that I did like to spend time with other people that I was actually getting to know and socializing with. I have new Beyblade from Series X. Nice. Well, I'm glad you got new toppy tops. I hope you're gonna enjoy those. Um, Meow. Um, and I would feel bad that I would be coming on and hang out with a different group of friends entirely instead of this group of friends. And then if it was any other time, I was feeling bad because now I'm on when these people aren't on. And does it look like I'm coming onto VR just specifically when things aren't at? Which kind of was yes. Um, some message came up. I don't know what that was. Well, if Denny needs back in, I will let her back in. Social in instance. Nope, Denny's still here. Wait, we're fine in that case. Go away menu, come back chat. Emmy, Mendy, Nuzzles, Mendy. Oh, that's nice of you, Ems. Mendy's very nice.
It came back again. It came off me.
Yay, I'm glad.
I'm excited for the Mega Retron next week.
Well, I hope you have fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be playing some interesting Sonic hack.
Yay! Um, but I do want to get on VR chat more often just to do things, hang out with different people, because there's a whole lot of people I do know that I'd love to spend time with that I know are on here and there. Why are there more things around me?
And me. Hot chocolate.
Hot cocoa. Are you thirsty, Emmy? Now I have hot chocolate in my stomach.
Caddie, it's a lightning cup.
It is lit. Hot qua qua. There. Boop. And yay. Mandy gave Emmy some hugs back. Cocoa. Yeah, I do loves me a good cocoa. Been drinking a lot of tea the last couple weeks here, and I've been really happy about that. Our little kitchen tea collection's up to about 10 different kinds now, and I am definitely doing my best to drink some most every night. Really enjoying that. It's a good change up, both healthier and tasty. Been drinking a load of water. Good girl, Ems. Drink all the waters. They'll help you get better faster. Helps your body dump out junk you don't need, like ickies. Yes, Mendy is right. Very important when sickies. So Sunday I actually did go and hang out with a couple of my friends that were online, and that was really nice. Yes, dear.
I really don't eat and drink when I'm sick.
COVID actually does a good job of helping you not do that too. It's an appetite killing one, so definitely make sure you're eating. You do actually need food, so make yourself eat at least somewhat. You need some proteins and stuff, and you do need lots of water. So make sure you're hydrating and eating. We want you to be a healthy little deer and get better faster. A friend gave me gingerbread honey, and I can't wait to. Me want some too. Share. But it was fun hanging out with people just to hang out, not while I'm streaming. Because, seeing people, actually getting a chance to relax and talk. My favorite Starbucks Mint Majesty with boatloads of sugar and honey. Nice. Would that I could. Yeah, I know. You're still about an 8-hour drive north of me. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Unfortunately, we can't as easily just sell our house and move up next to you. Housing market's all wonk anyway, so. And we finally got ourselves rather adjusted to living here. If you could learn to use any martial arts weapon, what would it be? Well, I have a couple actually. We do have nunchaku hanging up in the living room. Fopsy's pretty good with those. I'm not. That'd be fun. I have Sai, which I actually do know how to use. Ooh woo, Denny. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. We have Caribou Coffee where I am, and they do mint mocha. Oh, yum. So I am actually pretty good with my Sai. I wouldn't mind learning Japanese swords skills. I know the katana is more of a display item, not the combat blade, but I own 3 of those for random reasons on all 3. One was a Christmas present one year. One I won it at a charity raffle with a matching Tonto. And one I got given to me by my brother-in-law. Uh, Definitely not combat ready blades, but they're fun. I would love, if any, to be more skilled with my Sai. What is a crabbit? Cat rabbit?
I don't think I spelt it right, but it's a karambit.
I don't know what a karambit is.
Cabot.
Cabot. Well, Cabot's a cat bunny.
Yeah.
That's Ryoki.
I don't think so, Caddie. I've seen press tube, illuma tube, something tube, literally mold a karambit. I think it's a ninja tool, or am I thinking of the kunai knife?
Well, the kunai knife is definitely a weapon. Sai and Wakizashi for me. Ah, yeah, Wakizashi be pretty fun. Especially dual wielding those bad boys. That'd be fun. Uh, Cabrambit, according to Jax. I know how to use katana. Nice. Well done there, Claire. I am jelly. Um, Sai are actually pretty fun as far as a combat weapon. Ve- Not what I thought they'd be like when I first saw them on cartoons. Very much a punching weapon and a defensive weapon. It is really, really versatile. And yeah, if you're against someone who's unarmed, Parasai will, you can screw somebody up pretty hard. Um, that's the spelling. Thank you, Panda. Yes, thank you. My Sai do need to be rebanded. The banding that came on them was poorly glued, so I have some epoxy. I just need to strap it back down tight and uh, make sure it's not going to come back off.
Oh, yikes.
It's the claw-shaped knife used for Krav Maga Krambit. Oh, nice. Nice. Self-defense is definitely a very important thing. The only Sai I'm good is with paint tool Sai. I'm definitely not good with that one. You are way better with paint tool Sai because I never really took the time to play with it enough. I have an old version of P
We
Shop, and that's how I draw.
actually have.
Hmm?
You
Caddie, I
actually
think I'm
have
gonna call it
a
a night.
shield.
Well,
My eyes are hurting.
that's okay, Ems. You take a good rest, you get some sleep, and you feel better, okay, dear?
I'm trying.
Good girl. Get all healthy. Drink lots
You
of
feel
water.
better,
Don't
Emmy.
forget to eat. Eat and drink. Lots. Lots of waters. Lots of eats.
Feel better,
Bye,
Emmy.
Denny.
Bye. Hope you feel better.
And then there were
And he
two.
poops out of existence.
This happens. I
Have
have
you
a Kremlin.
tried the studio paint?
Nope, haven't tried that one. I have Gimp. Uh, I'm more of a Saber and Epi fencer. Oh, nice. Well, Commander, you are skilled in many a weapon there, I know. You're a dangerous creature. Sorry I didn't say bye to you all in VR chat. I'm just zapped in there. That's fine, Ems. You're okay. Good night, dear. You have a good rest. Tonfar are good if you beat the crap out of someone without killing them. Yep, those are fun. I actually would love a pair of Tonfa. Um, that would be a good thing to add to my stuff. Get good rest. Yeah, get some good rest. And hi, Commander, by the way. Welcome to this evening. I gotta say, thank you again there, Commander, for the toy. The view of me on Fursuit streams is so much better. I did not realize how big of a difference that was gonna be till I plugged it in, and then I was like, boom. The the short point focus is much closer. So, um, for how far away I sit from my desk, it actually you can see me as opposed to just seeing my snout or whatnot. That is so nice. Glad those are working well. Oh heck yeah! And it looks, to put it lightly, rather sexy where it is compared to the other one with those nifty little blue circly lights around it.
Okay.
I hear Deddy talking back there somewhere. I'm not sure what she's up to.
Down here,
Down here.
gonna hit the very sun.
Okay, have fun with it. Mm. Tonfa is one of the weapons that I'm pretty sure I'd be okay with. It has a similar style to use as does the Sai because they're an impact slash defensive weapon, and that'd be a really fun one in my book as far as combat styles. I wish I could learn knife fighting from South Korean Navy SEALs. That would be kind of neat. One thing most people don't understand about knife fighting is don't wield it like a sword. Wield it like an underhanded slash, because it's not going to get you very much of a distance as a poker, and at which point you're actually leaving yourself up to being exposed, as opposed to using it as a slashing punch where you're actually going to do much more damage because of the way you're hitting. Because trying to poke with your hand going forward, which is hard to explain in VR chat, you don't have much force behind you. But a backhanded slash or a side slash from a punch is much more impact. You get a lot more go with that knife. You have a better chance of actually getting a good cut on someone and or um, disabling them to some extent. Um, that and basically treat it like a side by side brass knuckle punch next to the person with the intent of punching with the knife, or in many different ways of upward or backward slashes. Um, Verse grip is defensive and forward grip is offensive. Yee.
Growing up, watermelon.
I did not understand half what you said because you were going by and I only heard half the words. I prefer.
Watermelon is that new world that was made recently.
Okay. Hmm. I,
It's that Suika game that was released on Switch that became really popular.
nope.
They made a version of that in VRC. It's basically that watermelon game.
Oh, is it the thing where people are matching fruits and whatnot?
Yeah, and it's in VRC. It's called What a Melon.
I've seen people playing it. I'm not overly interested, honestly. I have enough puzzle games in my life. I prefer range weapons at like 600 yards. To be fair, yes, my dear commander, I am very much with you on that. There may be a couple of boomsticks in my cabinet that I have had for many years, and they are very important to me. Um, I don't think I've quite hit a 600-yard target as of yet, but willing to try. Then again, you also play on boaty boats, which means you're probably also playing with, say, large turret mounted barrels that, you know, come off Mr. Floaty Boat onto the land at dawn. I would love to see a duel at 600 yards. That would be amusing. If you played Call of Duty, then you know who Ronan is. I'll admit, I've never played Call of Duty. I think I own two of them on the PS3. I don't remember which ones. We bought them on Black Friday sale the year we got our PS3.
You know what
Big.
Sony is doing lately?
Hmm.
They're taking away a lot of Discovery content.
Uh, eh. Denny says, large lion who doesn't have spots. Yep, that is right, Denny. Large lion without spots. Uh,
Yep, teacup lion with spots.
I haven't been on a ship since the 90s. To be fair, I haven't been on a Navy based ship since the 90s. And I was on one in the 90s. Hydrate. Yes, I probably should. Yeah. It wasn't an active ship, but it was a ship. Water. Where are you? Where are you, Straw? There you are. Mm. Ah, congratulations, Mendy guessed it. Yes, it was the sub at the Science Center. I believe that was fourth grade or fifth grade. I got to go on a tour of that, and that was really neat. Uh, definitely not modern, as it was a, I believe that's a diesel sub, and I don't think our Navy has any diesel subs left in circulation anymore. But it was a really neat view of what it was like to potentially be in a sub. We went when it's first year when you were in middle school. Nice. I don't know if it was the first year or the second year it was there that I got to go. Um, but it was when I was a kid. uh, Pretty darn cool, I gotta say. Um, it was a nifty ship, and the idea of how cramped it was, I realized I definitely could not deal with that. A tube like that, full of people who can't make themselves unstinky very well, and you're forced to eat whatever food was available, which could definitely involve things I don't like. So, yeah. Yet another reason I could not is easily military, because I have dietary needs of things that won't make me ill to ingest, including things like cheese are bad. Uh, Mustard, very bad. And yeah. Well, I don't play anymore, but Rowan was a character they put in the game. His real name is Tulam, and his firearms instructor, subject matter expert, and former U.S. Army Green Beret. Oh, neat. I think I have Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4. I don't remember. They're on a shelf behind me, and I can't see that right now because I have this big plugged thing on my face holes.
I seen a new Twitch feature. The watch streak is a pretty interesting new addition.
It is. I have apparently gotten watch streaks on a few people. I don't know what it's good for, but hey, um, it's a thing to gain. Yay! Growing up in middle of nowhere Pennsylvania, I did get the chance to fire off a lot of different firearms as a kid, so I am very skilled in the art of making boomsticks go boom. I only currently own two boomsticks, one of which can definitely defend the house, and the other one is, well, good for basically target shooting or kneecapping. And that's about it. Or at least, scarring someone's kneecap. Really good. I mean, technically, yes, you can kill someone with a 22 if you hit them in the right place. But, the 20 gauge will do a good job of playing defensive. He owns a company called Ronin Tactics and makes gear for elite units. He also has a YouTube channel. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, I'm glad he does stuff. I have a gun. Nice. I'm glad you are also armed there, Claire. I'm relatively certain the commander has a gun. Or five. Uh, uh, the two guns I actually personally own have very good sentimental reasons. My 22 I got given to me Christmas of the year I was about to turn 12. My grandma and grandpa bought it for me. I've been disposing of mine. Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm. If you don't need them and you feel like they need to go away, I am okay with you disposing of them, Commander. Um, so my 22 was a gift by my grandma and grandpa on my father's side, who have both passed. Um, both of which was I a pallbearer at their funerals. So very important to me that I keep the item that they gave me. He's the closest thing to an American samurai that exists. Neat. Um, and the other gun, the 20 gauge breech action shotgun, was actually Grandma's specifically. Uh, she'd had it in her kitchen as a personal defense item for a long, long time, along with her 38 special. After the one time Apollo's one of those towns where most people will just leave their doors unlocked because no one would actually just break in. Someone walked into the back of their house and stole a bunch of stuff. They just walked into the door, went in, and took things. After that, Grandma always had the doors locked and the 38 special and the 20 gauge in her kitchen. The 20 gauge also had another name. It was known as the Technology Banner. Grandma was not one that wanted to advance in technology. Grandpa wanted to keep up with the Joneses, which is why there was a dishwasher that she'd stored paper plates and the plastic reusable containers like butter containers and Cool Whip containers. They had a microwave, which she eventually reluctantly started to use for things. Things like that. Um, Grandpa would get those in the house. Grandma was not for this stuff. Grandma, whenever Grandpa was not around and eventually no longer around, would defend her house when someone threatened to bring in a new thing with her 20 gauge shotgun. You are not bringing that new ... technology item into my house, she would say, and threaten them with said shotgun. I was amused that, and Denny's not pink, and a Hopkin. I was amused how they got the new flat panel TV into Grandma's house during the last like 5 to 7 years of her life. They had to get her out of the house and distract her while someone came and hooked it up for her and had it sitting on top of her old console TV, which had died. Up until that point, Grandma always had a big floor model piece of furniture style console television in her living room. And this was the first time she ever didn't, because they haven't made them in a long time. I think it was a 50-inch flat panel of some flavor. I don't remember the brand name. And after she passed, Curtis Mathis. Oh, nice. After she passed, it actually went to my parents' house, and Fopsy and I were the ones that helped plug it in and show them how to use it. Nepal, good evening, my plush fluff. How are you, little girl? I have a spinny Denny here with me at the moment. That was the furniture TVs at the. Oh, nice. I honestly did not know. I am clueless. All I know is Grandma had one. I think her last one was Zenith brand because we had a Zenith store in Vandegrift, and they had one when her last one died. It was in the. I think it was the early 90s when it died, so it was just in that time frame they still made stuff like that. Uh, so I see, and I'm good. Just put dinner in the oven. Yay! I am glad. This latex bear is armed. Nice. You keep being armed. You keep safe. I am not opposed to weapons. Hey, Nepal, says Wild. Jax be giving some pets. Zenith bought curse. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes a heck of a lot of sense then. Not the more you know. Honestly, I most of those old TV companies either have been bought and sold more than a dozen times, and or don't exist anymore. Like the flat panel in this room right now is an RCA. I don't think RCA makes stuff anymore. But I have a it's our oldest flat panel TV, and we bought it brand new when we got it. So there's that. It still works. It's the one just in the computer room. The one in the living room's pretty darn new. It's a Vizio. It's a 4K. This one is definitely the thick boy of our house, but it's not broken, and it's a flat panel, so good enough in my book. It ain't going anywhere till it dies. um, and as far as bearing arms, I have no problem with people owning a firearm for defense, and or hunting, or sport shooting, or anything like that. I
Oh, simple. Hopefully they can join us.
I'm hoping. Nepal's making some din din right now, so once she's done eating, if she feels like it, not required there, Nepal plushie. Yes, RCA still makes TV, and they mostly make Roku TVs. Really?
I have
And
a Roku TV.
I know they're not the ones that made our Roku TV that's up in the one of the spare bedrooms. That one started
Yeah,
with an
TCL.
H. Mm.
Lifetime? Yeah, Lyson? Whatever
Heizuku.
that brand is.
I can't remember. It started with an H. That's all I'm pretty
Lyson.
sure. It's upstairs.
Lyson, I think.
It makes TV go blink and goes on. Heath Kit, build it yourself. Nice. Um, by all means, if you
These are so not good for retro games.
mm, by all means, though, if anyone does wish to own or possess firearms, I am not opposed to you doing so. I do wish that Hisense could be.
Since, yes, Hisense.
It could be.
Hisense.
I'm not a hundred
Yes.
percent sure. I think we bought it at the Walmart, so it's a TV shaped one. RCA hasn't existed as an
RCA's.
independent company for 36 years, I think. RCA Electronics made by someone else and is just branded as RCA. Comcast nowadays, I think. Really? Comcrack owns them. Jeez. Again, most of these names just keep getting bought and sold as just names anymore. Atari's been a name that was sold around a half a dozen times. Coleco,
I
hmm?
almost would have gotten an Atari, but I started that new console,
Mm.
the Super, whatever that one was, that had like 7800 on it. I passed up on it because it was a bit of emulation problems.
Eh, I still have my OG 7800, so I can play all the games ready to go. I have an
I might
RC.
get a Hyperkin one.
Hyperkin makes good stuff. If anything, I would consider buying their. I think their current one is just a 2600 model, not the 78. But hey, like 99% of my Atari games are 2600 anyway. You have an RCA
Is
VCR.
that
Nice.
homebrew?
Hmm? Nope, all mine are just OG games from back in the day.
There is a Zippy the Porcupine
Eh, I
that
hardly,
somebody made.
honestly, I don't really care for new stuff for that stuff. If I'm gonna play one of those games, it's because I remember it from when I was a kid. That's the only reason I'd want to pull it out. I have no interest in playing stuff that I don't remember in that era because it's a little too simplistic. If you're not nostalgic for it, it's not something that really draws me in. I can see more potential to play a homebrew NES or SNES slash Genesis era games because they at least have something for me. But anything down the blocky level of Atari, it's just. If I have it, it's just for the novelty factor. I'd play it for like 5 minutes and go, ah, wow. Somehow you put Halo
Very important Halo.
on the 2600. That's awesome. Click, click. I'm done. I have old PS2 games. Absolutely, I still have all my PS2 games. Some of which I've never played.
I had an unfortunate loss on Saturday.
Oh, what's gone?
My do you remember the 18 wheeler I told you about? Well, I got it sent back to Retro Source,
Mm-hmm.
and even they couldn't get it to start.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I need to find a new copy of that. I am probably gonna get that because I played that on the PS2 once.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get very far.
Well, I
I'm gonna
hope.
get it for the Dreamcast.
Check eBay. I'm sure you'll be able to find a copy somewhere.
Hopefully eBay.
Yay, Jax. I am glad you do have your old PS2 games. I loved my PS2. That was one of the first eras where that was the first console I bought out of college. I bought the N64 during college, but the PS2 was just after when I got my first real job, so I had money to buy games. Um, Many of which I didn't have time to play, but I bought. There was a lot of good stuff on that system. Quite a few I could see myself playing again at any random time. It was a quality piece of hardware, and it is evident why it was still prevalent up until the point the PS4 was released. They were still making games for it till the PS4 came out. That says something about a quality device. Um, we have quite a shelf for it, too. CJ Graphics for
You
the
heard
win.
about the PS2?
Heard
You
about.
heard PS2 Linux?
No, is it just Linux on the
It's
PS2?
crazy. Yeah, there is actually Linux on the PS2.
Cool. I'll just use it to play the games I
It's very
play.
complicated.
Hmm.
It's complicated because you require the network adapter and a IDE hard drive.
I'll just stick to playing with Linux on my old laptop. I'm okay with that. I have Mint installed on it. Um,
And there's also GIMP on it, the first version of GIMP,
yeah,
preview version of GIMP.
I definitely do not need to try and muscle my way through that stuff. That would just be an effort in futility for me, not a effort in fun. I'm not the kind of person that says because I can. I'm more of a do I have a reason to at this point. The older you get, the less you care about
Yeah, that's
a lot of
valid.
this stuff.
That's totally valid, Caddie.
If SOCOM Conflict and Desert Storm. I actually don't have either of those games, but I'm not gonna doubt they were pretty good. CGA graphics for the win.
There is one game on the PS2 I remember as a kid.
Hmm.
It's an odd one. It's just called Mojo.
Definitely haven't heard that one, so.
It's one of those like wall games. I forget what genre it was,
Hmm.
but Mojo was an interesting one.
Cool.
Also Tetris New Worlds. That was not fun.
Hmm. Now, Commander, I do remember CGA graphics were the first graphics I played on an IBM type computer in the long, long before then. Of course, the Atari 2600 era, which I'm assuming was CGA graphics. I can't say I miss that, but I can say I do have a level of nostalgia for some of the entertainment I got in CGA entertainment. But as soon as I was able to see EGA or VGA stuff, I was not so much drawn back to any of those games. Even some of the stuff that was CGA, I found was a lot nicer if you played it in a VGA computer. Commander Keen, Jill of the Jungle, Zargon. A lot of those games could be played in CGA, but as soon as you could play them in a computer with 16 color graphics, much nicer. Denny be screaming. Claire says I had a PS1. I never had a PS1. They were too expensive when they came out, and I did not have good job. And my parents were at this point medical bill poor, so I was not expecting to get an upgrade. My Genesis lasted me up till my N64. And I got a late version of that, so I think it was only like $100 model or whatever. The clear plastic models that were colorful. Mine was green. But I have plenty of PS1 games on my when I got my PS2 since it was compatible. So
Have you played on a Virtual Boy?
yes, I have. They had one
I
at Hills.
have at the Retro Game Expo, and it was modified, so I had like a TV screen,
Ah,
like display, and they were playing Street Fighter on it.
nice. They had one on the display at Hills when they were new, and there were no restrictions on it. So I would just sit there while Mom was clothes shopping and play whatever game they had plugged in at the moment. That controller was
Wish they would
whack.
play Virtual Boy now on the West. The only game I really play is Mario Clash.
uh, um, I thought the Virtual Boy was fun and all. I know Mendy owns one. To a minor extent, I'm jealous. To the rest of the extent, I'm just, that's okay. He could have that. Ever heard called Genji Draw of the Samurai? Dawn of the Samurai? No, I'm not, but could be neat. You could check it, the playthrough out on YouTube. Nice. I might do so. I do like a few interesting games here and there to spice up my life. 320 by 246 with 16 color, or 240. Yum yum. Oh, the high graphics, Commander. Oh, the high graphics. Many detail, much resolution, such pixel. All the old samurai games on PS2 were fun, good story based games. The PS2 definitely had a lot of good story based games. A lot of good story based games. I was really happy at that era. It's when things I felt started to really get good. And
Underwear era.
it's got so much. It was the point where I can go back and not feel cruddy about the models and of people and whatnot. Like like the Grand Theft Auto games and whatnot, and the Soul Reaver type games. The graphics, they're not perfect. They're not today graphics, but they were clean enough that they didn't just feel like a bunch of polygons stuck together. It didn't feel like Star Fox 1 anymore. I felt like we were somewhere. It's easier to deal with and easy to play on. So past that, it feels playable. N64 also I felt was just on the edge on most. The stuff I had on it is still playable. PS1 had a lot of games that were very polygony. Still kind of scratchy. They were just getting into the 3D. So a lot of the earlier games are definitely. A lot of later games are a lot better. And yes, Mendy owns one, and yes, it still works. I know this. And I'm, again, slightly jealous and slightly. That's okay. Mendy can have that. Jack says Ace Combat, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon. None of which I had. But I'm sure they were pretty good on there. There were so many games on the PS2. Let's just put that right out there. The PS2's library was enormous. So was the PS1's. Unlike Nintendo, they were a lot better about we're releasing this in Japan, we're releasing this everywhere. F it. Translate it. I don't care. Everybody's getting a copy of this. Everybody needs this stupid game. You can all buy it.
You know, the last game that was released on there, it's not a sports game.
On the PS2?
It was an RPG of sorts.
Cool. RPGs are fun. What's everyone's favorite N64 game? Ooh, that's hard.
Donkey Kong 64.
GoldenEye was fun, but it didn't draw me as much.
There's a version of that.
It's.
A version that replaces GoldenEye characters, the
Mm.
Mario characters.
I would.
It's just for the novelty.
I'm thinking my favorite is probably Ocarina of Time, with a close second of, don't hate me, Pokemon Stadium.
Transfer pack.
I had two of them, so that my friend and I could play Pokemon against each other on the TV.
You had yellow connected to it because you can get Starping Pikachu that way.
Nah, we both had red and blue, so we played red or blue. Yoshi's Island. I played a Star Wars racing. I have that one, Star Wars Racer. I still have my copy of that. Good game, very good game. One of the best racing games I ever played. Oh yeah, Ocarina. Yeah, that beats GoldenEye, but GoldenEye is a second. That's that's fair.
Conker. I need to get into that at some point.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Good luck finding
Yeah.
one. Metroid Prime on the Cube. Me and the GameCube.
I'd rather use Retro Park.
Daddy, honey, it is hard to understand you when you're running back and forth because your voice keeps cutting in and out for me.
I'm sorry, Caddie.
That's okay. If you want to talk, just be over here when you're trying to talk. um, Metroid Prime was good. For me, the GameCube is a bit of a sticky wicket as to what I liked best on it. Because I already had my PS2 for several years when I finally got one. And I hardly played on the GameCube because if it came out on both of them, the PS2 version was a little better. So I'd buy the PS2 version. As far as so our GameCube library is a lot smaller. Probably my favorite looking game was Star Fox Adventures, which is kind of a weird one, but it was really fun for me. I had fun with it when I played it. And to be honest, I actually had the Zelda Old Stuff's game disc, and I played a lot of original Legend of Zelda and Link's Awakening? No, Link's Awakening. Link and Ocarina of Time on the GameCube since it was all on that disc.
Oh, version was flawed. The Majora's Maps, that is.
I never played.
Constantly freezing, I hear.
I never played Majora's Mask because it always just made me. The concept of it made me too anxious. A day-night cycle that the game just basically resets after like 3 days. I my
There's ways to slow it down.
yeah, but still, the whole concept that does not work with the way my brain works. That actually just becomes frustrating, and I could not deal with even starting that because of how that is. And at this point, I'm not going to end up going back to a game that's that old that I have a good chance of being angry at. You have the Conqueror's Bad Fur Day on your Xbox One. Nice. I know they made the reprint on the store, the game store, whatever.
They
I'm glad
they
you're getting.
actually censored a lot of things in on the Xbox version of Conkers
Yes, they did.
before they reloaded, and it was kind of controversial. That
Yeah.
one.
Sonic Mega Collection and Gems Collection. Well, yeah, you're playing all the old Sonic games there, of course. That's a Denny thing.
Actually, the reason why I said Gems Collection was for the Sonic the Fighters game that was barely released on console.
Lesser known one that I liked for the N64, Duke Nukem 60. Duke Nukem was on 64? I did not know that.
Yes, heavily censored on there too.
Welcome to Nintendo. Welcome to the censor button. Xbox 360 had some good gems. I never owned an Xbox. I mean, technically I owned two dead ones for a very short period of time and couldn't get them to work, but I never owned any Xboxes functionally. Couldn't find any.
360 could be a 360 could be a great way to get into the original Xbox, but not so great now because the store's closing next year.
Yeah, I'll just leave that be. I don't have much need to get into it. There were very few exclusives on the Xbox or PlayStation side, so nothing I actually cared about one way or the other. Couldn't find my US PlayStation 2, but I still have my Japanese PS2. Nice. Well, I'm glad you do, Commander. Um,
Funny thing,
hmm.
they use PCIe on the Japanese version of the PS2 for the network adapter.
Huh, neat.
And for the network adapter, you have to use this special version of the HDD, which is a separate thing that looks like the PS2. They actually made a hard drive that actually has the theme of a PS2.
Huh, neat. Bro.
Yes, and it had the black block, black box. Oh my god.
Hmm.
I do apologize, Caddie.
That's okay. They're selling all the old Splinter Cell games for $14 each. Kind of BS. That sounds expensive for games of that age, especially if you're just getting digital copies. That doesn't sound fair. Also, lesser known and heavily censored game was a certain cussing squirrel. Yep. That'd be Conquer. That's what Nepal's been gabbing about. Um, what Denny's been gabbing about. Sorry, Nepal. Reading your name and I'm trying to say another word. Things don't work right that way, do they? Heard of that one, but never played. I would kinda like to get an actual N64 copy of that, but I don't want to pay $200 for a loose cart. Just saying. I do own one of the rarest N64 games, because no one wanted to buy it when it came out. I own StarCraft 64 because I had no idea it was a computer game when I bought it. I lived in, dirt water, middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. My only advertisement of what was new on computers and games was what was at the Kmart. And they had it. And it was my excuse why I had to buy the memory expansion pack so I can play Brood Wars, which was included on the cartridge.
The memory expansion, it was just made for a bug fix for DK64, which was not totally necessary.
Yeah, they could have easily fixed the game, but, that's fine. I never owned
The
DK64 anyway.
expansion pack.
But it was
Oh my god, it's a good game.
it was used on a handful of other
And
games though, so that's why I had to get one.
there is a good port of the arcade game inside of that one.
Hmm. They're good games, not worth that much. I bought every SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs game for the PS2 in mint condition, with the game manuals for $2. That's a good shopping there, Jax. Good panda, good panda. $2 is a good deal. I have no question about whether or not I would, if I saw a game that looked halfway decent for $2, I'd buy it, even if I probably wasn't going to play it. I have done that with
You heard of the IQ
the Hoo Ha,
for the N64? The IQ N64.
an IQ for the N64, Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
IQ.
You're
The
moving.
IQ is basically the Chinese version of the N64. It was very unique.
Ah, nope, never had one.
Some say it's pretty good because some of the games run faster,
Hmm.
especially Ocarina of Time.
Well, good thing they had that. Too bad we didn't, apparently. um,
Oh, it was not a great. It was not a great time because instead of having to buy physical cartridges, you had to download them to a flash card.
was
It
this?
was China after all.
Oh, that's right. They had a weird model. The weird stuff over there because of restrictions of games and things. There were a lot of
Yeah.
interesting laws related to whether or not video games could be a thing in China for a while there. Might still be. I don't pay attention enough to everything that's happening in a country that I don't live in or plan to go to. These are not Caddie's problems. um,
Adorable.
I barely plan to leave this country, period, at this point because traveling for two gets expensive. Trying to fly is prohibitively expensive for one, even within this country, let alone leaving the borders. You're easily looking at way over 1,000 per round trip ticket just to get to and from wherever you're going, say Europe or whatnot. And that doesn't include anything past just getting there and back. No hotel, no food, no entertainment, no souvenirs. It's bad enough when I try and fly down to Disney World. Um, that's usually the last time it was several $100s per ticky. Just for a round trip from Indy down to Orlando. That and my foreign language skills are severely lacking, so I'm not going to try and adventure a country where I can't speak what they speak. At best, I was considering going up to Canada, to whatever that furry convention is in Toronto at some point in the next few years, maybe. It's 6 hours away driving, so that's why I put on the possibles list. My phone went buzz. Did someone import? Oh. Yes, Commander. Yes. We should talk. Find out the value on such thing. And we can, it might have a nice place to be stored long term. Uh,
64 DD at some point.
I heard N64DD. That's all I got out of you there, honey.
Yes. Yes, we wanted to see the N64DD at some point because it's a
It is definitely a random weird item that barely took off at all, even in Japan. Would be nice. Would have been cool if it came out. That and the Nintendo disk drive would have been cool if they would have brought that out here too, but such was not meant to be. By the time they were releasing it, by the time they would have been releasing it in the United States, either one of the two, bigger cartridges were more available anyway, and the concept of trying to sell an upgrade to either device was now futile. Also, by the time the Nintendo, the Famicom disk drive, was going to be available in the United States, the Super Nintendo was already on the doorstep, and they didn't want a Sega CD or 32X us, whereas they would bring something out just in time for it to become outdated by the next big thing. Don't shoot
Super
your...
CD was Super CD was discovered late a few years ago.
Yeah, the one that was...
Only one game was made for it.
Yeah. It still existed as a prototype, but that's okay. If I get a chance, I'm traveling to Japan. Japan would be a really cool one about all the weird places to go to. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, for one thing, being pretty much a 12-hour time frame difference, that'd be really hard on me because you're spending at least a day to 2 days just recuperating from your travels. And it's a day of traveling, so you're losing 3 to 6 days total just from getting there and not feeling dead.
And jet lag.
That that's what I was getting to, the recuperating once you get there, dealing with the jet lag and all that. I wish I could live there. My only fear is tsunamis, earthquakes, and there are also volcanoes and typhoons. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff there. I'll stick to the Midwest U.S. We've had a tornado come in our general area in my 6.5 years living here. That's enough. I'll take that. We don't get hurricanes. We don't get earthquakes. We had one tornado. That's why they put all the reservists on the night shift. No time shift for us. That actually makes a lot of sense there, Commander. If you were moving over there temporarily or whatnot, like that, only having to basically staying on your time zone, just that it's now night instead of day whenever you're awake. That makes so much sense. And that probably saved the military a heck of a lot of man hours that they weren't using because of jet lag. Emmy, I'm sorry, your tum-tum hurts. If you can, take a tummy pill. Take something for your tum-tum. Feel better. I don't know if you're a Pepto kitten or if you do any of the other tummy pills, antacids, or Imodium, depending on which type of tummy hurt it is. Tried eating turkey, rice, and just bleh. I had some Tums. Okay, good. Tums are good. That'll help. In order to live there, you'd have to be able to speak, read, and write Japanese. Alright, I'll give you 3 things I can't do as of yet. Speak, read, and write Japanese. And I'm getting too old to consider adding any of those to my repertoire.
I tried a few years ago to do Japanese.
I learned
It's
some
rough.
I learned some German, I know a little Spanish, but I know enough to basically comprehend when someone's trying to ramble at me a little bit. Enough to know which direction they're pointing at me or what they're yelling at me about. and how well I can point at the translation book, the phrase book, and say this, and they'll be like, "Oh," and they'll point me in the right part of the store. Um, I'm gonna.
Able to consistently get the R's correct in Japanese.
I understand a couple words if I watch Dragon Ball Z with subtitles. That's my limit. Uh, Going to wait a little bit for my pink tummy drink. Okay, Emmy, you do that. Um, just relax, lay back, sip some water. If you need be, have a bucket handy. Better to be ready than not. Um, I know Oni-chan is Big Brother. Yes, actually, I knew that one. Um, More important when traveling in foreign countries, learn the customs. Abso-effin-lutely. You have no idea how many things you think are just straight up normal, and even going to a country that you think has the same basic concepts of things. You don't know who you're going to offend by putting your napkin on your lap at a fancy restaurant, or um, everything you could do wrong with chopsticks. I am just going to put that right out there. Not just one thing you could do wrong with chopsticks. Everything you can do with chopsticks that's wrong. Most of us know that don't put it vertical in your bowl of rice. You also don't want to put it across your bowl of rice. You don't stab food with rice. You do not stab food with the chopstick. Uh you don't stir your food with your chopsticks. You don't scrape them side to side when you break them apart. That is actually very rude. Don't do that. There is a giant list.
You can't put it on your plate.
Yeah.
You can't put it on your plate either.
That's why you have chopstick rests. This is also why when I go to a Japanese restaurant and I open a pair of chopsticks, one of the first things I do is I fold my chopstick paper into a chopstick rest. Because that's the most polite thing to do. It is.
We have my own chopsticks.
We have several types. We have bamboo ones, we have porcelain ones, and we have stainless steel ones. We have a variety. We're a chopstick family.
I gotta show you mine later.
The ones we use
Charges, that is.
Nice. The ones we use the most are the stainless steels, partly because we can just put them in the dishwasher. And they work really good. I'm a fan of them. Persian Golf in Japan.
I got a Hello Kitty pair of chopsticks.
Nice. Persian Golf in Japan, I blended in nice. I am proud of you, Commander. That's some skills right there. I'm from Louisiana. We get a lot of hurricane here. Ugh. Yeah, you can keep those down there, Panda. That is all you. I like it up here where I have seasons and no hurricanes. Acquired Hashi. Nice.
Paul's coming in.
Yay! Oh, you're trying to come in? I'm sorry. I didn't hear the beep. Boop. I beeped you. Dink, dink. I've lived in the middle of Hurricane Alley. Ew. And sorry, Nepal.
Today.
Hmm?
We
What?
had bad weather today.
I'm sorry.
Very bad weather today.
It
was windy. It was windy and raining.
I'm sorry.
Really bad today. Yeah.
We had slight snow sprinkle. Our front yard looks like a frosted mini wheat. In Nepal, we're upstairs behind the Christmas tree. Boop. I had an interesting time the couple of times I was out of country. Oh, and between Texas and Mississippi, and between Tornado Alley and Dixie Alley. Yum. Well, sounds like a fun. Sounds like an interesting area to be in there, Jax. I
Finally got a. I'm sorry, Caddie. We got a version of Linux to work finally on our computer.
nice. Um,
Yeah, we chose the wrong operating system.
I have Mint on one of my older lappies. One of the ones I got free from the Work Points program quite a few several years ago. Um, it's it it did not have enough hard drive to run a Windows update at some point, and it was basically just stalling constantly because it kept wanting to run that update, so it was kept re-downloading it, kept getting mad that it couldn't run because it didn't have enough space to do the unpacking, no matter how little I had on it. So, broke down, dropped Mint on it. It works great. It's a beautiful little, well, everything it was meant for, which was couch browser. I just had it as a web browser to put in a different room of the house. I didn't have it as my gaming computer. I didn't need it to be anything. It just had to be able to browse the internet, talk on Telegram, Discord, stuff like that. And it works better with the Linux. It works pretty darn good. And Mint is not hard to get around. Oh, commercials. Uh,
I actually got the version of Ubuntu for the OpenSUSE. I have my lesson at press rolling releases.
ah,
Yeah, I chose Tumbleweed. I thought Tumbleweed was gonna be good, but I guess I chose wrong.
you chose Tumbly.
Yes. I chose regrettably because not only did From not work, but even OpenSUSE was having problems.
Mm. Hello, Rena. uh, I've played with a few different Linuxes over the years and different occurrences. Um, I liked the GNOME interface. I learned that one in college. Honestly, at the point whenever I played with that, I was just like, if software is compatible, I see no problem with using Linux as opposed to Windows. But I'm a big fan of, what's the word? Software, that's the word.
Ability.
I like it when I could play games. And I don't mean running like the Windows emulator on that or on a Mac. Just, no, I don't need to run an emulator to run an instance to run a game. I'm happy enough with
Proton.
just working.
Proton works best in Linux. I'm ready to see if I can get VR chat to work.
I'm happy enough just paying a Windows license every time I make a new computer. I will just deal with that just to not have to deal with the hassle of making Linux do what I want it to do. Drivers are always going to be there for Windows. Software is going to always have functional versions for Windows. Hello, love. Um, Playing solitaire. Yeah, I feel you there, Commander. Solitaire's a fun one to play on pretty much every computer. But welcome back, everyone.
I do hope I can get out of the 2FA hell that I'm in right now because I'm locked out of 2FA on VR chat.
I'm sorry. I don't know what that is.
We're going to see. With a two-factor authentication.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're trying to sign in on the Linux side. With Proton, that is.
I don't think I ever set up two-factor authentication for myself. Pretty sure I didn't.
Oh.
I'm okay not having done it.
Yeah. There are two things. One, for one, you basically are vulnerable to being locked out if you don't have the correct phone, your time is not set correctly. I haven't heard anything back since I got the second email from the support group. Support team from VR chat.
I can understand the more security by having two-factor authentication on your devices, but for your important stuff. But every time I've had to deal with it, all it's ever done is made it harder for me to get to my stuff. I never felt like it made me feel any safer. It just made me feel like I was fiddling with a broken deadbolt on the door to get into my bank account or to log into YouTube or Twitch. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Would be better. Like a biometric would be better than that.
This Renaron is triggering my loot. I'm okay with that. Nepal, you're doing a good job. You have officially triggered lewd. Keep it up.
I'm okay with this.
Good girl. I was enough annoyed tonight. The reason why my stream started all of 5 minutes late instead of 2 minutes late is because OBS wanted to do an update. After it did an update, it wanted to log into Twitch, which then required, one, me to check my password. Yes, thank you. I will hydrate.
Great break is a good idea.
It made me log in with my password, which I'd forgotten because everything remembers my password because that saves me a million times. Blasting the hams. Cute. Very cute. Shoot them hams. So not only did I have to end up changing my my Twitch password because I forgot it, then I had to log back into Twitch on my computer twice, 3 times, and then in OBS. And every single time I did a login on one of those, it required me to authenticate with a code sent to my text message. So, wait for text message. And then, after the text message got there, then I would have to type in the stupid number, and oh, of course you did.
Oh my god! Thank you.
Fine.
I was just looking at that.
Fine. I'm a teacup lion. Are you happy with yourself, Flopsy?
Yes. Yes, I think she is.
I love you. I'm glad you woke up from your nap. Yes, more and more. Well done, Flopsy.
Flopsy, you did it.
So my despise for two-factor authentication has grown as of tonight, as I had to. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Are you happy? All right. Who wants a lammy, lammy, lammy? I do, I do. So go out and greet your mammy, mammy, mammy. Hi there, hi there. And stomp, stomp, stomp around the daisies. But don't you forget about your baby. There you go. Are you satisfied?
Fine.
For now. Okay. Okay.
I know I am.
I am glad you were all happy. I still have a little more time with the cutesy voice. I'm trying not to forget. So that all in a nutshell made me ever so much more despise two-factor authentication as I was trying to do things quickly, and I was already behind the 8 ball because my chimkins was not cooked, and I was behind the 8 ball when I was starting to do my logins and things. And of course, I was going to be here right at 2 after if everything had worked right. Grumbledy, grumbledy, grumbledy. Because that's when I hit the button the first time. Then he'd be given the writer's tale and the blep. Cute. I can do that too. I have those icons. You and I must be on the same wavelength, because I was legit looking at the teacup with Dean when you collected. Meow. Meow.
Oh my god.
I love you all. You like abusing me. Baba Buddy.
Teacup line.
Baba Buddy.
Not a Baba Bunny.
Baba Buddy.
No.
Baba Buddy.
Fun. No, big fun.
Jaxby hype and pause and pause. Did someone say pause? Pause! I kicked my legs up, but they're under my desk, and even if I was wearing my trackers, they wouldn't be tracking, so... I'm cheating, I'm sitting down. You abused me on Friday, only fair I returned the favor. I just used a 1 redeem. I was pretty good.
The others, remember, the others are pretty standard for her to use.
Hmm.
We're gonna get going now.
You're gonna get going? Okay, little bun bun. You be a good girl.
Yes, have a good night tonight.
Good night, bananani. Be a good den den.
Oh, thank you.
Play
I'll
Oceanic
see- I'll
games.
see, yes, I'm gonna be seeing Foxy on Friday. Like sporadic this week. Because you know
Okay.
it's almost Christmas.
It be that way.
I'll see Caddie Friday. Yeah. And I'm probably gonna be like out for the entire week. So like after next week. So I'll see ya.
Be safe. Have fun. Boop. And she poofed. And then there was one again. Doot. Well, 2 again. 1 with me.
Yes.
You're definitely a something. Very pretty something.
Say what?
You're very pretty something. Beep, beep, beep. Good little Rena. Gib, Sleepy, Yawn, Innocent, and Chonk. Those are all very good, important icons. Here, I'll play along. Dink, dink. There. It did some things too. I played icons with everybody. Can't type as well in VR chat, but I can sure emoticon. And I use one of mine, cause bleh. Vomit the rainbow.
I mean, is that what happens when you eat too much of the rainbow?
Yes. That's a Skittles result. The Royal Rainbow. Oh yes, that's to scoop up the prince and bring him to the next level where he can Katamari again. We had to explain what Katamari was last night. That was interesting.
Ooh.
A friend down in Texas land. He'd never played Katamari before. So we went to a Candy Katamari game here in VR chat and we played first person kind of Katamari. It was fun. We rolled up so much candies. Yes, we did. I talked about it earlier in the stream, but my biggest complaint was the world never could scale because it was multiplayer at any given time, and where Katamari will scale up physically as you are some moderate bigger chunks, this game could not because it was basing on everybody's existence. So once you got to a certain size, it was basically just end game of try and pick up as many of the remaining tiny things you could until you could maybe pick up the few gigantic objects.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but I mean, I own 3 different Katamari games in this house on consoles, so I could play one anytime I really wanted to.
True.
One on PS3, one on PS2, and the reprint on Switch. So not only can I play it anytime I want, I can play it on the go. I do loves me Katamari. It's a relaxing, roll up the world kind of game for me. Meow. It is still weird getting back to work again after being off for a week.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And this is the first week I will actually work a full work week in like almost 3 months.
Worth it.
It is so nice the end of the year getting to do the PTO burn and just take it off every Monday for, 2.5 months. Just, yeah, I
Give me a
don't.
second, I'll be right back. I gotta go work on dinner.
Okay, get your din-dins. But really, yeah, I love not having to show up on Mondays. It was so awesome. I think it was my fault that a handful of meetings ended up getting long-term canceled because they were always on Mondays, and I was never there for them, and I was one of a few people that was in them, so I ruined things. I wish I am so sorry, Commander. I wish you did too. One thing with working at a company for I'm over 17 years now, I think. I have a good bit per year at this point. I believe Fopsy's rolling her 10th year starting next year, so she'll be up another chunk worth starting next year. And we don't do things. We take off for Anthrocon, MFF, and usually the 2 days around Memorial Day and Labor Day to get the free extra day off. To get Memorial Day and Labor Day off, we have to have the day off before and after them, so we have to take off the Friday and the Tuesday. Which means we end up with 2 5-day weekends at the bookends of summer for the cost of a total of 4 days off. All in all, good budgeting. And usually we have a local get-together on the second one. We used to have one on the first one that we went to, but that hasn't really happened since 2020. We still take the time off because F it, 5-day weekend, hours for the cost of 2 days. But elsewise, we didn't really spend much. Anthrocon and MFF were usually really frugal with the time we take off for them. Um, like Anthrocon, I take off starting the day I'm driving out normally, the Wednesday thereof. So I work Monday and Tuesday of that week, unless it's weird and 4th of July is that Tuesday or something. Um, have off all that weekend, and generally I take off the Monday and Tuesday after because, ooh, due to traveling circumstance, even though it's a 5-hour drive from Pittsburgh, we have a pit stop and we don't get home till late on Monday night. I don't want to be exhausted for work the next day. So we take off Wednesday through Tuesday, possibly scaling an extra day on either direction if the 4th of July is at the end or something, because say 4th of July was I think this last year was on a Tuesday. We also took off Wednesday, so we had a bonus day off for funsies. Not a bad situation, mind you. I do like what we do with that. MFF, this year we took off, since we had the room Thursday through Monday morning, we took off Thursday through Monday. Partly because we're going to get up and leave from there right away on Monday morning, which we did. And it's only about a 3.5 hour drive home, so there's plenty of time to recover, get some rest. Heck, I even had enough energy to stream Monday night that week. So that says how much it didn't kill me to drive home and how dead I was not after the con yet. So there I didn't feel I needed to budget a Tuesday off on that week. And we'd already used our remaining burn time the following week, which just passed, as just the 5 straight days off. We both were off and just chilled it. Chilled it. At our company, you get bigger chunks of PTO every 5th year. The original stacked year 5 is a big jump. That's the biggest jump you're going to get. After that, it's a small amount every year, every 5-year chunk, like 3 to 5 days, something like that. Which is not something to sneeze at, mind you, but it's not as groundbreaking as the what the 5-year mark was. I forget what it is at this point. So if I'm here 17 years now, I think it's like 2 more years before I did he pinned a message. I'll let it sit there. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I do not fit in a nutshell. I love you, sweetie. How did I miss you saying that? Okay, I've seen other people miss messages. How did I miss that? It was probably because I was busy doing things like the Lammy Lammy dance and Good Girl and whatnot because of right then. It is actually your fault I missed your own message because you were making me do things. Stress eating, a flare stare, tail. Nope, you're reading chat at the time. You just skipped it. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't mean to. I was trying to be good. There's chaos. There were people talking around me, and I was having to do things, and I was getting confused. And I love you. And I did go back and read it, so I didn't skip you altogether. I love you. Here. Lovey eyes, lovey eyes, lovey eyes. Excite. Apply. Apply. There we go. Yeah. I actually cooked quite a few times during our little bit of PTO, which was a good thing. I know I made General So's one day during last week. Very tasty, very good chimchins. I made really good steaks last night. Unfortunately, this is telling me I definitely need to buy a new grill because this is the first time I was just like, all right, it's butts cold outside. I don't feel like going out to use the grill. So I did the cast iron pan / oven style cooking our steaks last night, and they came out right. Yeah. Yeah, the fire elements on our grill are definitely not up to par anymore. We've had it for 6.5 years, and I used it a lot. So pretty sure this coming spring I'm gonna buy a new one. I don't like wasting money, but I mean, it's something we do use a lot. And it's only a few $100s, so I say it's a fair expense. Sad, but fair. Not gonna buy something super crazy expensive. I cook my steaks in cast iron pans these days. I can definitely understand that. I don't have a real problem with it. In fact, I have my timing down pretty super perfect. For the thickness I normally have, 2.5 flip, 2.5 flip, slide it in the oven that's already on because I'm making fries anyway. 3 more minutes, pull out, and they are done exactly how I like them. And as far as the temperature goes for the cooking, I throw the cast iron pan in when I'm preheating the oven for the french fries or onion rings or whatever at 400 some degrees, and I pull it out at the right time that I need for my total of 8 minutes of cooking left on the fries or onion rings or whatever. Put it on a maximum burner, and that's where I do my 2.5 flip, 2.5 flip, and then back in same 400 some degree oven. The grill has just been getting rather inconsistent. Even looking at the flames coming out of the elements, they're localized. They're not spread properly. I'm pretty sure the holes are cronked open in bad places, or crunched over in other places. And the grill grates are kind of wearing out. And the process of replacing the grill grates and the elements in there is going to be both a big ass hassle and overall expensive, assuming I can find the right parts, which I probably can because I've seen similar models of this grill reprinted every year. But that's hassle. That's reconstructing something that's old and dirty. And if I can just replace it for as high as $300, I'm probably willing to go up to a $300, maybe $350 model at best. Yeah, that's valid. That'll save me effort. Wild used his grill only once this whole year. Wow, that's not a lot. We used ours almost every other week, at least once for most of the year, honestly. If it wasn't really snowy outside, every other week almost I would buy a steaks and I'd cook them out there. I'd bought steaks this week and just did not feel like going outside, so that's why. Went back to the pan this week. I mean, I always have these options. I have enough cast iron in my armory that I could use. But I like the flavor the grill makes. Even just the propane, if not the charcoal option. And put that out there. I may have used the grill so many times this year, but I don't think in the last 2 years I put charcoal on the charcoal option at all. Not even once. I honestly really should, and I feel bad that I have not. Because that's really tasty. It just takes a lot more effort. Not. Is that a Caddie I see live? How's the stream for you? Not the kitty. I am just Ducky-tastic. Welcome to my stream. Yes, you did actually catch me live. It is good to see you. I usually only get to talk to you in other people's chats and streams and whatnot. But yeah, chat's been pretty darn good. It's been a good stream. And I'm here every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 Eastern. So you can easily catch me for Chitty Chat Straight Ups on Mondays and Cult of the Lamb currently on Wednesdays. Of which I still basically chat with anyone that's willing to talk at a given time. You too. I'll make sure to you have to deal with me from now on. I am okay with that. You know, I am 110% okay with that. Not. Welcome. You are always welcome to come and be part of the chaos. You are a good kitty. Good kitty. It is actually very rare that I see any of my daytime conversators in my evening streams. Because most of the people I talk with on Twitch streams, I talk with while I'm at work because I'm watching people stream while I'm working. That's how I have time to watch stuff that's on a second computer just to keep me sane. And I'm going to say 3/4 or more of those people, because that's what they're free, that's their evening. So by the time it's my evening, they're all in bed. Which is a shame, because I have all these people I know and talk with, and they have no way to watch me because I'm effectively at like 4 a.m. their time or something. I don't know exactly when. I'm bad at time math. Okay, so Europe would be anywhere from when I start, midnight to 2 a.m. and through the longevity, anywhere then from 3 a.m. till 5 a.m. is when I stream to the Eurozone. And that's not even counting anything past Europe. And I don't mean like any of your... You all live where you are, but my perspective further east from there. Such as people in, say, Philippines, Indochina, Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, any of those kinds of areas. And for the record, yes, I'm actually listing places where I have people I know. I think I know a couple people in Japan as well. And those time zones, I'm rounding morning for them. That's past middle of the night. That is A to the M. I occasionally get one of my Australian friends to come and visit during his morning before work. Add one to Canada. Woo! Canada! You're from there? Well, hello, neighbor from the hat. Um, you don't have to tell me everything about where you are, but which part of Canada? Which time zone are you? Like, what time is it right now? Would be a good question. Because 9:15 here. um, I know a few Torontoian area peoples. I know at least one Halifax time zone, 10:15. Oh, nice, nice. So you're on the early side of the game. Uh, One of my friends who used to live down near the Gulf Coast moved up that direction. Him and his boyfriend used to live, I think, in Mississippi, and uh, I can't remember exactly which place he moved to. Apologize. I am not the best with geography, and I also don't want to dox anyone as to anything specific that they don't want to reveal. But he moved to somewhere in that same time zone, so one of the places up that way. um, New Brunswick, Ontario. New Brunswick, I think that was it. Kenny, you too. Hello, Kenny. Welcome to this evening. Welcome, the Balloon Fox. I think it was New Brunswick. That sounds right. He's a nice furry artist. I actually built his computer for him sometime back when I was living in Carlisle. He was going to buy into Alienware, and he showed me the specs, and I was just like, I can build that for a lot cheaper. And I did. And he loved the color purple, so he was even able to replace all of the basic fans in the case with purple LED ones for him, so made him happy. Hi guys, what's going on? Not much, just babbling about stuff. Funny that I live in New Brunswick. I don't mind telling my province. Aw, thank you. Well, I will let you know where I am. I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I am not far from a crossing into Canada that I have to go up to Michigan, and then I go south across a bridge, and then I'd be in Canada. I don't know the drive distance there, but I did Google Maps from here to Toronto, and it's about a 6-hour drive to there. So if you add 6, and you know how far you are from Toronto, that's how far you live from me. I'm in a town called Del Rio, which is 3 hours west of San Antonio. Nice. Yeah, Kenny lives down in the hot spaces. I don't know how people do that. Too warm for me. I like seasons. And from what I can tell, places like New Brunswick are not that far different temperature-wise than here in Indiana. So I think that would work. I could deal with that. 2 words, air conditioning. That would get really expensive for how cool I like it. Feck heat, I'm keeping my white tail up north. I totally understand that. Not. We have to use the air conditioner pretty much solid. Well, I mean, it's turned on, the thermostat from Labor Day, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and sometimes well into October at this point. Grumble, 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 depending on how long it takes us to get out of 80-degree weather. I like being able to have free cool days like right now. Heater's turned down pretty low, so I get to be comfortable. Oh, I forgot to ask, what are my preferred pronouns? That's a very interesting question, and one I don't mind answering anytime actually someone brings this up. My preferred pronouns are anything but it. I prefer not they and them. I always felt those always feel impersonal unless you're actually talking to a group of humanoids or fluffies. But you are free on me to use masculine or feminine. You have a higher probability of making me giggle if you use a feminine pronoun. Um, but you are free to use whatever gender pronouns you so choose. I work with either. Um, Usually, when someone asks me what my gender is, my answer is I am Caddie gender. Aw, thank you, Not Not. You're a sweetheart. Uh, I had a certain point in my life where I basically stopped caring. I understand for a lot of people, especially transgendered type people, it is very important to them that that's part of their new identity for what gender they have now personally assigned to themselves. And they feel it's important to hear the she, her, he, him, whatever they have now associated towards. Instead of going transgender in the sense that I went to the opposite batting field, in any shape or form, in any representation, I just gave up caring which one I was. I didn't go to gender neutral, because that's boring. If anything, all I wanted was the variety. I always, since I was little, loved the variety of the clothing items that women could wear. And because of my gender and where I was brought up, that was a strictly verboten subject. Boy does not wear dress. Boy does not wear pink or fluffy or pretty or frilly. Boy wears boring jeans, boring t-shirts, boring wallet that has to go in their boring back right pocket. So now, like, almost every pair of pants that I wear is pink or white. I have one pair of black pants that I wear for mowing the lawn. They're a really comfortable pair. I actually have them in both pink and white as well, but I bought one pair of black at Walmart just for mowing the lawn. Laddie wears a kilt. Nice. I'm okay with kilts. I don't own a kilt, but, I'm sorry. I own large amounts of log battle kilts that I have hanging up in my rack. That they're all battle kilts. Those long dress-like objects I own are all just big battle kilts, right? Right. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. Holy shit, we have similar backgrounds. Someday I'll be able to rock feminine clothes. I hope so. We have so much pink in my wardrobe that when we do laundry, there is actually a pink load. Darks, basic colors, and pink. Okay, that's how much pink is in my wardrobe. I started making jackets for myself and buying pink jackets at the stores when I found them available at good prices. And I almost always, as soon as I can at any given time of the year, I'm wearing one of my jackets that's pink and has fluffy trim. Pretty much consistently. And my winter coats that I've made all of that I wear at this point are all fluffy, all of fur trim, most of them fur lining. So I rock my fun. Oh, maybe I should have asked about policy on swearing. It's probably not helpful to let rip on stream. I'm okay with ya. We're not a G-rated location. As long as it's not the only words you use, you're fine. I find swearing to be an accented item, not necessarily a forbidden subject. So, as long as you're not going, Cartmaning off your answer to me, you're more than welcome to. Feel free. There's only a couple words I prefer you don't use. One of them is a slur for people of the not straight community that starts with an F and is used for a bundle of sticks or a cigarette over in the United Kingdom. So if you know that word, please don't use it here. Also, using the word trap in relation to a person and not a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any other board game. Okay, thanks. I'll keep it tame, and of course, no slurs. Absolutely. When someone apologizes for swearing or play, hey, no. No having problem. That's the right answer. You activate TARP card. I activated, did Fopsy's TARP card. We did have to ban one person who, insisted on calling me that word, and, even if I'm not overly offended by it, I am not going to let any of my watchers who might have a similar portrayal of self get to be offended by someone who feels like using a word that's offensive. I'm also not using any of the fun words that are definitely not clean, such as the Mexican word for the color black and all forms of that. If you know what that is, it starts with an N and is a slur for an entire race of people. Don't use that. Huggle Stanley. I love you, Kenny. You're a good boy. Don't worry. Fun words like fart. Fart's okay. Fart's funny. Fart's like second grader swearing. That's fine. I don't mind any second grader swears. Farts and burps and things. You said booby. Hee hee hee. That's all fine. Ooh woo, ooh woo. Hello, Nick. How are you, Green? Ooh woo. Welcome to the stream as well. Why'd the soldier flush the toilet? It was his duty. Yes. One of the best jokes from Wreck-It Ralph. Thank you, Vanellope. As for gender affirmation things, I do carry a purse with me. I do not hide the fact that I carry a purse. I stopped wearing my wallet in my back pocket and found it is really much better for my back anyway. That and I split my wallet up into 3 pieces. I have my little set of cards that I use all the time. It's on a little card holder. It's on a chain that I can easily get to straight in the top of my purse. And I have the somewhat often used cards in a small wallet and the rarely used cards in another small wallet. So I don't have to dig through a giant mass of cards every time I try and pull up my Sam's Club card or something. Or my Amazon credit card, because I need those often. I can never wear a purse, though. Backpacks are the way. You know, honestly, whatever makes you happy in these things, it's up to you. I don't judge anyone that likes a backpack or a purse or one or the other. One of my favorite purses is one of those mini backpacks. It's actually a Minnie Mouse themed one. It's pink and has ears and sparkly and stuff. One of the Loungefly ones. It's really comfortable. It's fun. It's easy to deal with. I enjoy wearing that one around. My current purse is a pink furry one that I found off of, I can't remember, it was AliExpress or one of those cheap Chinese knockoff websites, and it was only like $12, and it's perfect size, and it was actually well constructed. So no question, it's my purse at the moment. I have a stack of purses. I'm that kind of a girl. I have that many purses. I have a lot of purses, depending on my mood. Depending on if I want a bigger one or a smaller one at the moment. Kenny keeps his wallet in his front pocket. That's probably way better for your back. Same with Wild, absolutely. Also harder to steal, mind you. It's a lot harder to pickpocket someone's front pocket than it is their butt pocket. Same, I carry a purse as well, but typically still keep my wallet in my pocket, just in case. And for accessibility, if you don't have an easy location in your purse to get your wallet in and out, it's better to slide in your front pocket, assuming you have a adequate front pocket. Loungefly backpacks are super cute but expensive. They are really durable, though. I will give them that. They have longevity to them. I have one Loungefly backpack. One. I did not buy a lot of them. I bought one. And I really love it. And I hope it lasts for ages. Wow, it says I have a mini purse that I carry whatever when I'm wearing my cosplay dresses. That is actually a good idea. If you're going a different direction, have fun with it. And, well, you got to put your wallet somewhere at that point, so good. In case you need your ID or an emergency 20 to get a cab back to where your car is. Who's the Renamon I'm with? They look lovely. That is Nepal. Nepal is off working on her dinner right now, so she is just PC style idling behind me, looking all pretty, so she's just being good eye candy. Love you, Nepal sweets. If you can hear any of this. Yeah, wallet in the front for anti-theft. And better on your back and easier to deal with. Honestly, a back pocket on jeans is so small, and for as much as I've seen guys putting in their wallets these days, they become such a little brick, it barely fits in back pockets most of the time. Another reason I split my wallet up into 3 chunks, because even just trying to get things down to reasonable, and I rarely carry more than a minimum amount of cash anymore. But between health insurance cards, the driver's license, the credit card that I actually use, debit cards, any gift cards I have that I've acquired for various reasons, it takes up a lot of space. It's amazing how quickly you get to be a brick without even having cash on you. It's crazy. I usually bring a DIS wallet in my back pocket filled with Canadian Tire money when I travel, yet to use it, which is good. That is a good thing. It's always good to have your emergency fund on you when you're traveling. I generally, when I'm going on trips and things, have at least a certain number of 20s in my wallet, just in case of emergencies, just in case a person at a convention would really prefer you pay with cash, or you end up at a food cart that doesn't take cards or something like that. Makes life so much easier. In a dud wallet. Oh, I thought DIS was some kind of special word for it. It's okay. I'm just dumb. But it is a good idea to have some emergency things like that. And I've heard of Canadian Tire, and I've heard they're really neat. I watched one of the Canada meets U.S. channels on the YouTube, and the Canadian guy took the United States guy up to Canadian Tire for the first time, and it was an experience. So I would love to actually visit a Canadian Tire just for the funsies, so that's on the list. The only difference between a purse and a backpack is where you put the strap, and the amount of straps. Got that right. I actually have quite a few different messenger bags, too, that I've gotten over the years. Some from work, some from purchases on purpose. And it's good to have a variety of storage items. When I'm at a FurCon, I actually specifically, instead of wearing my purse most of the time, end up wearing one of my a cute Foxy messenger bag for walking around the convention. It double duties as both holding my wallet and stuff, and a place to put shopping when I'm shopping at the convention. So say I bought a couple of magnets from Marcy McAdam. I have a slot to put them. Say I picked up a print. Pocket. Somewhere to put things. Very convenient. I have a Disney Babies mini backpack I got at Hot Topic. That is cool. I am proud of you there, little Ken Ken. I hope you wear it around a lot. I bet that looks adorable on you. Anytime I'm at the mall and I end up at box lunch, I always look at the all little mini backpacks. Same with the ones in Hot Topic, and I go, oh, they're so cute. That's a neat one. And then I look at like between $60 and $100. And I'm like, I have one, and it's not broken. And I only wear it part of the time because I only have to carry one purse at a time. I'm not an everyday purse changer, so. Clothes is just fabric. There's no male or female clothes. That's just a social construct. So pink and blue being male versus female colors, the whole thing is just stupid. Besides the fact that about 100 years ago, the colors were reversed. Pink was a male color and blue was a girl color. No joke. And personally, I find a lot of the fabric choices over on the other side of the shopping section are a lot more comfortable. They feel nicer. I'm wearing a pair of pink fur pants that I got in the women's section that have a nice satin lining. They fit me well. They look good. They're comfortable. Why don't boy clothes have satin lining? Except for like dress clothes. You gotta be... For boy clothes to have a satin lining, you have to go up to the expensive end. So why only do like suits and stuff have a satin lining if they're male? Huh? Oh, it's for any pickpockets or muggers. Not using the dollar gives me exclusive... Not using it for the dollar, it gives me exclusive Canadian Tire. Nice. Oh, so it is just a probe. I remember growing up quite a few Protestant people that would carry around their little New Testament in their back pocket as the same kind of theft encourager, just to see if someone would steal their little Bible. And I mean, if it got stolen, they probably had a whole box of them back at home to refill with. So it was basically just a way of distributing them. I thought, okay, you know what? Honestly, that's probably one of the best ways. I'll give them points for that one. I'll probably just wear it to con. That's fair. Honestly, wherever you want to wear it, it's all good. I don't normally wear my Fox satchel out and about, but mostly because I wear it for the fact that what it does, not just what it is. My pink, I usually am wearing a pink purse, or sometimes my little Miss Bunny from Bambi purse. It's really cute. The ears are the flap, and they each are individually magneted down. It's adorable. But it's a kind of small one, so I often don't wear it for that reason. Box lunch is Hot Topic without the goth stuff, and body piercing kind of is. Just a whole lot more brand items from different brands between Disney and Japanese anime stuff and Warner Brothers and whatnot, video games. It's got a lot of crap that, well, I bought far too many things from there. They're overpriced, but they're neat. Since we don't have Disney stores anymore, it's my closest answer. I accept this. If I catch you on VR, I should shoot you a friend request? Absolutely. I feel like we're getting along well. Oh, well, thank you, Knots. I do like you. And yes, anytime you're on, or if you happen to go on and you see the same name there, Cat Pig Jr., I would happily accept your friend request. Male versus female razor, I don't care. I will walk in the store and buy female razors. They're just made better and they protect your skin. Fun fact, a lot of the times the generations of the razor blades that were both male and female that were actually the 100% same. Uh, the the whenever Gillette had the 2-blade one, the Sensor and the Sensor XL, the blades for men and women were the exact same blades. It was just the handle that was different. They even had the same little attacher, but the women's blades cost more. If the women's blades actually have a better glide plane on them or something, I accept that at this point. But at that point, the blades were just they literally were the exact same, just printed a different color, and the women's cost more. My sister would buy Sensor and Excel blades off the men's department because they were cheaper, and they did the same. They did. There was 100% no difference at that point. Later generations, they've done more for the women's ones for what they are, but, and I agree, that is really dumb. I found out about that watching things on YouTube because I never thought about it. I was just bought what I bought to shave my face that I found comfy. Weird. Why don't women's clothes have pockets? I agree. In fact, that is one of the few things I ever complain about my pants out of the women's departments. Usually they do have pockets, but they're a lot more shallow than the men's pants pockets. I have more than a few times cut the bottom of the pocket open and sewn it bigger. In fact, one of my jackets I bought that listed it did have pockets didn't. It just had like the little flap that made it look like it had a pocket. I was like, screw this. I cut in there and I had it in a pocket. A razor blade is what makes it a male or female razor. The only thing that makes them different anymore is depending on the intended planed surface. A women's razor now might have a wider, flat comfort plane, where a male razor will have a slimmer one because it has a higher probability of being a face razor, where there's less real estate. Who's the Renamon? That is the beautiful Nepal. She's a very good girl. I found one of those fake religious dollar bills in a bathroom at a Best Buy. I have one. I kept it since I was a teenager. The fake 5 that has a religious track in the middle of it. I loved that. That was one of the funniest stealables ever. Okay. I'm not so much on the forcing anyone's religion or anybody else. But if you end up stealing someone's stuff and you get religion out of it, I just think that's hilarious. That's karma, baby. You end up with a Bible or a fake 5e, you got owned by religion. That's Fopsy says that is Nepal. Yes, it is. And she's beautiful. She's a lovely Rena. She's lovely whatever she wants to be. She's pretty. I gotta get myself a straight razor. Safety razors give me too many razor burns. Yeah, I can understand. I currently use the Gillette's the 5 blade with another blade on the tip razor. The Fusion? I think it's the Fusion. Something like that. I buy blades once every decade or so because I shave once a week. One good thing on my genetics, this face may not show it, but my actual face hair grows very slow, so I shave once a week. I probably should shave twice a week, but nobody sees it. Well, you saw me at MFF. I'd shave the Tuesday before MFF.
Yeah, definitely lucky.
I didn't shave until like after we got home. um, I've never tried a straight razor or a safety. My dad still uses a safety from forever. He has a safety and a foam cup and a brush. That's been his style since forever, so that's what he uses. Yay, and Nepal is back. Yes. Yes, you are. I don't think we've met. I'm Not Not. Yes, Nepal, this is Not Not. Not Not's a nice kitty. I also go by Cat. Not a cat. Not cat. And asshole. I've never heard the latter, but it sounds fun. I'm okay with that. I changed my razor from the Norelco 7K to the Brune Series 7. I'm guessing those are electrics. I tried an electric when I was a teenager. Dad had one that he had given to him by someone. It had a power cord. It looked like it was from the 70s. I know he'd only used it like twice before I had it in my hand. And it never really got a good close shave on me, and it never felt really nice. So I ended up back with my whatever I was using at the time. I think it was the Sensor XL. Can I have your genetics? I have to shave once or twice a day. You know, honestly, I didn't know. I never asked Dad how often he shaved until like 5 years ago. And apparently, he had the same exact situation. He only shaves a couple times a week because that's how fast his hair grows. I am amazed. I never thought to ask. It just never occurred to me. I just thought, oh, my facial hair just doesn't grow fast. I didn't think I got it from somebody. My facial hair grows.
Yeah, I have to shave once a day.
I'm sorry. You're still pretty. And yeah, you're a good girl. My facial hair grows, but it stops after a while. I couldn't grow a beard if I wanted to. Honestly, every hair on your body has a terminus point. It is different from person to person and part of body to part of body. For example, almost most humans, their magic triangle hair only grows to a few inches. And that hair will fall out after about 3 months. So within 3 months, every hair between your legs has cycled. Same with your armpits and anywhere else that grows that kind of hair. Your head hair, most people will only grow to about mid-back. That is how long it will grow before it will stop growing. And then that's how far it is. Your hair will fall out. And that is actually normal. Hairs fall out after a certain point. They will grow to maximum length. They'll stay for a while, and they fall out. And a new hair is already probably started by the time that one has fallen out. This is natural. So anyone with long hair, don't get scared when your brush has hair in it. You just have hairs that are over like 10 years old. And some of them have expired. New hairs have happened. Hopefully. I know my forehead has grown a little bit over the last few years, so I'm not sure how long my facial hair grows. I never let it go that long before I shaved it because I look like an Amish or puberty beard, so I just kind of gave up on it. The last Norelco I have ate me up. There was a point that it kept cutting around my... Ugh. I'm glad you changed then. Better for Kenny. We do not need to have a balloon explode because it pokes itself. Jack says, women's skirt for men is a kilt. Dress for women is a robe for men. Women wear bras. Men wear medieval times wore a breastplate. It's true. Honestly, Wear what makes you feel comfortable. I think the only reasons I don't wear skirts out in public very much is I have a problem with my lower body shape. Not that I'm complaining about visibility of it. More along the lines of if I have a skirt, there's a better chance it's either going to ride up or ride down and display parts I didn't want to display. That's about it. And I'm not very good at keeping my legs together when I'm sitting down. And I don't want to, show off my lumpy bits of my underwear. Close enough. I've tried waxing my face before. It's supposed to take 30 minutes, but it took 2 hours instead. My hair is super tough and I wanted it gone. It's an eternal war between me and my body. If you want it permanently gone, laser treatments can get rid of it. But if you do that, you will never be able to grow facial hair again. So, and that's not a cheap
I don't see
process.
this is a bad thing. No, it's not.
Yeah. If you're not committed to a gender change or a clean face, it's hard to say do that. Because you don't know what your midlife crisis is going to be. You might feel like becoming ZZ Tops in your mid 40s.
No.
Note to self: want to see a Fopsy become ZZ Tops. Nah, that's okay. She looks cute the way she does.
I agree.
If you get razor burns a lot before you shave, a hot towel, oil your skin, lather, then shave. I usually end up shaving the shower. It's just time efficient. Oil? That's genius. I haven't thought of that. Yeah, maybe a little baby oil on your cheeky poos, then run the razor over instead of using just shaving foam or something. I just use the hot faucet in the shower and just razor blade. I tend to be fine. You can also try shaving there. Well, that's what I do. Yeah. Display. Display. Yes, we do not wish to display what's in between my legs and in my undie gutchies. Really? I'm going to have to save up for it, then. I could never rock a beard. Yeah, laser treatment is an option. You can get them all zapped off. It's cosmetic. It's not super expensive, but it's not like free. It's not stupid cheap. It's not super expensive. And you usually end up needing 2 or 3 treatments because not every hair is currently growing at any given moment. Hair is weird. And you have to kill all the follicles. Kenny wants a clean face except for his beautiful mustachio. Mustachio. I never pictured you with a mustache. Anytime I've seen art of you, I mean, I've only seen art of you as a cute little fox, so I never thought of you with a mustache or not. Now I'm going to picture you as a mustache man. That's now canon. Kenny has a mustache. Canon. Wild tries to keep a clean face, again, for cosplay purposes. This is totally fair, and Wild, you have a very good overall facial structure. It does look very nice when it is shaven. So you have a very Bruce Campbell chin. You have a strong face. You are well built. You're pretty. And Jax be like, wax my face. I am not really big into the idea of waxing. In fact, I've heard more than a few people say, if you're not an expert at it, don't do it on yourself. Get someone else to do it at a place that does it. because it can end up being really uncomfortable if you don't do it right. Not is like the weird thing is I have a nice booty but a super hairy legs to the point I always wear long pants. I can never get over that insecurity. You know, I know a lot of people that are like that. And every time I just say, just rock it. Just wear shorts. I see nothing wrong with hairy legs. That's just, it's your limbs. Body hair grows. I have hairy legs. I have hairy arms. I don't really care. I wear shorts. Anybody can see my hairy legs.
Well, I mean, you're alive. So.
It's true. But I'm not gonna wear long pants around Anthracon in the middle of Pittsburgh in July. F that shiz. I have a collection of pink shorts. And I'm way too lazy to shave my legs. That is way too much real estate. You do? I might feel a little better showing them then. Aww. Hairy legs are fine. Hairy arms are fine. I mean, I have, over the many years I've existed, I mean, I'm not new, I have shaved most parts of my body at least once. Yes, even there. Dear God, the itchies when it starts growing back there. I will never shave there again. I don't care. There will be hair down there. No shave. No dare. That's your Dr. Seuss moment for the evening. But yes. Shaved my chest a couple of times and my belly. It was fine. It just took a lot of time. And it quickly grew back. I'm like, well, this is boring. You gotta do this again? And again? Fine, I just have hair again. Hey, I know exactly what you've been through. Yes. Any part of your body that has a lot of interesting oils, if you shave, those oils are going to get into what are now going to be a lot of tiny cuts you don't realize you made on your body, and into now moderately exposed hair follicles, which are going to all turn into little red bumps. And if you don't want a lot of little red itchy bumps down in a place that is not polite to scratch all day, don't shave there. Trimming's fine. You know, use some scissors or a hair trimmer type razor thingy. Just don't.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I am. Have done. Not doing ever again. I don't really care that much if anybody sees that I have a. If you're seeing that part of me, I don't care that you're seeing hair down there. Okay. I've shaved my chest a couple of times. It was annoying, and yeah, it grew back quickly. It really does. I don't get it. You don't think about how fast parts of your body, like your hair or your arms, grow. And then all of a sudden, you like shave it, like, ha, I shaved it. It never grows that long. Oh, you have no idea how much hair you're leaving around your world because it's only grown that far and then falls off and the new one comes in. You leave so much of that hair everywhere. And it just comes in constantly. And, yeah. I shave my face because it gets itchy. And I don't think I look good with a beard. Again, I look Amish / puberty beard. So, yeah. Can we get a
I mean,
poll?
you did used to live in PA, so
I did. I actually lived quite near a very large Amish population a few times. In fact, here in Fort Wayne is actually another big Amish population. At, at several of the stores I shop at on a weekly basis, there are hitch points and a barn. The Walmart, the Walmart up on Maysville Circle has a hitch barn. I rarely see the Amish using it. They usually use their taxi service, and you'll see them coming in the big like 18-seater vans. They will come as a most appropriate word, a herd, each in one of these vans, and they'll all unload. I am surprised how many of the vans at any given time you'll see in that Walmart parking lot. And they always come full. So that means there are easily, each of them, a dozen or more Amish people. And you'll have like 5 or 6 of them there. So that means there's upwards of like 60 Amish in this Walmart at a given moment that I'm shopping. I'm not complaining. I'm just noting that I'm aware of this. I pay attention. And sure, if one of my mods wants to make a poll on whether or not we prefer hair down there or not. And yes, actually, not. This is a thing. Amish have a taxi service. They're allowed to use certain parts of technology depending on their strictness of their current sect they're in and their personal preference. Been living my life in Amish paradise. Yeah. I've known enough times growing up, if they were building a barn, because I have enough people I know that had barns that they got help built by Amish, where they're fine with using power tools. They're fine with being driven to the worksite in a truck or a van. They just aren't allowed to own those items. Yeah, Weird Al is the best. That is a great song. Seen it performed live in action with Amish people in the front row who stood up and did the hand wavy thing when he was singing that song. That was awesome. Actual Amish actually going and watching Weird Al, actually being excited by that song. They appreciate. But there is such thing as the Amish taxi service, which they basically have connections to. It's basically just kind of like Uber for Amish, where they have people that will pick them up in these, usually around here especially, the big 18-seater vans. They will bring a clan of Amish to like the Walmart or to the Meijer or whatever store they need to go to, park outside, wait for the Amish to get their shopping done, drive around to the front, pick them all up. It is a profession, being an Amish taxi person, and the fact that they are obviously in this area very well used. It shows how much Amish are in Fort Wayne. We specifically live on the far east edge of town, so not far past where we are in our suburban chunk up towards where the Walmart I shop at is, it's all farmland around there, and a lot of it is Amish. I am not offended by them. I hopefully don't offend them too much because, well, I dress like I do in Walmart. I have headphones in and I'm usually jamming to something good while I'm shopping. Occasionally their children will wave at me or something. I'll wave back because I'm a polite little fluff. And children are a lot nicer than adults in a lot of cases. But I am very much obviously gay, so I'm not part of their family. Emmer Ubish. You know, it really needs a name like that. I don't know what they call it, but it really is. It's a thing. It's when you live in areas with these things, you learn about their existence because it's reality. If I was Amish, I wouldn't be talking with you. Screw that. Honestly, they're usually actually really polite. If you do directly try and talk to someone that's Amish, especially in like at a grocery store next to you. Heck, I've had them ask me to reach things that are up high. If it was a shorter Amish woman in the store and whatever she wanted was on the top shelf, and I'm there, I'm like, yeah, I'm 6 feet tall. Grabdy, grabdy. There you go. Thing. Yours. Have a good day. Just one? You want more? I'll get you another one. Can of tomatoes. I got you. At our particular Walmart, most of the vinegars and things are on a really high shelf and generally are pushed way back because they don't pull the things forward. They don't clean the shelves like you're supposed to. So a lot of shorter people can't reach like red wine vinegar half the time. I barely can. I'm like going up and going, I reach deep in there. I need a couple for making steak. 6 foot gang. Heck yeah. Tallies. If you saw me in real life, I am built like a linebacker. I'm okay with this. I'm not super skinny. I'm never going to be super skinny. I know where my organ barrier is in my tummy. I know where my rib cage is because a lot of it's way closer to the surface now since I've lost weight. And I've seen how big my leg hams really are when you press down to where the muscle is. I'm never going to be small. But I rock what I rock. And I am what I am. I am a girly man. I'm sure, but I can jump. Go, Jax. You jump. You get that stuff. I'll always be skinny. I'm bone from hip. And that is perfectly okay. Everyone is whatever shape they are. I am never offended, and I never try and let anyone be offended by themselves around me about how they look. I don't care if you're skinny. I don't care if you're fat. I don't care if you feel feminine, but you have a 5 o'clock shadow 3 seconds after you've shaved, yet you want to go by pronouns female. Fine. I don't care. I'm not offended by you. I don't want you to be offended by you. You be you. And I will call you whatever pronoun you choose. And I'll be nice. I will definitely admit I have recently met several people who are not happy with their own body shape. I'm okay with you not being happy with it and trying to improve, say lose weight or put on weight, depending on your perspective. But I don't not like you because you're bigger or smaller. Apparently not is of the smaller variety, and there's no problem with that. Be a stick. I will hug you all the way around. You're easier to shop for clothes for because, every time I go to Walmart and I get new clothes, they have like 2 pair in me. Nothing bigger hardly ever. Which makes me wonder where all of the fat women shop because I've seen a lot of women bigger than me and they all shop at Walmart. Where are they getting clothes? Because if I can barely fit into some of this stuff, they're just wearing burlap sacks because there's nothing. Men's clothes at least go up to sometimes 1 size bigger than me. But that's about it. And they'll have 1 of that size in stock. But there'll be 50 smalls. 50 mediums. One big person size. Bastards. My preferred pronouns are they, them. I'm also okay with he and she. In case you're just, thank you, not. I forgot to ask and I appreciate. Well, you are a they, them to me then. And you're allowed to be whatever makes you a happy not. Hopefully I didn't say the wrong one at any given point. Sometimes my born in the 80s brain is overly trained by the answer I was given in elementary and high school. If you don't know a gender, default to male. And though I've done my best to change this over the last couple of decades, it's really hard when the little man in my head that was programmed by years and years of school, he's faster than my ability to correct that. Weird, they always make me giddy, like I'm best of both worlds. Well, you know what? You be a they, them. I'm okay with that. Some people feel it's a nicer answer, and I have no problem with this. Need to install that Pronoun plugin for your Firefox, love. Really helps with the chat. You know, I probably should. I know you have, and I know it's not that hard. I'm just lazy and just haven't done that yet. I know we have the plugin on our Discord. Hint. Plug Discord. I use my thingy.
Yeah, give me a sec.
You're fast. We have actual keyboard. I made exclamation commands. Gonna work. It's gonna work. Ads.
No, I don't think so.
Oh well. Okay, I broke it.
What did you break?
I don't know. Probably could have been with the update to OBS. It may have broken the connection to Stream Elements. Well, my banner's working, and I saw a pop-up earlier, so those are working, but I guess the commands aren't working. I can't use the pronouns extension on mobile. That's cool. I don't require it, obviously, because I haven't set it up yet, because I'm lazy. But if you do have it, any of you that want to use it, it is on our Discord server. I intend to implement it here in the near future. I'm just lazy cat. So, there. Thankfully, we can still see the ones that you set up. True dat. Ads where? If you're a Twitch Turbo, you don't get to see the ads, so that might be where you're at. Unless you... I'm assuming you're not subscribed because I don't see the little icon next to you. Ads are done. Yay! I'm glad. I didn't talk about too much other than me babbling about me being bad about having set up the pronoun thingy, and you can? I can't see them. Fopsy knows more about that than I do because I haven't played with that thing yet. I do my best to keep track of people's pronouns and not say the wrong one. There are certain people, including ones present, like a certain Renamon, that I've accidentally said the wrong ones for more than a few times. Because, again, the little man in my head is slower to fix things than I am. Even though I know the right answer. Heck, I feel bad when I say the wrong pronouns about someone when they're not even there. And there are quite a few people that I've done that to, and I feel bad about it. I want to go tell them that I'm sorry that I talked the wrong pronoun while at home and it was just the two of us. Not online, not in a chat stream or anything like that. Just saying like, hey, I commissioned artwork for Mendy and uses wrong pronoun. No. No. Dumb lion. I know Mendy. I know what Mendy is. I know what Nepal is. Use correct word that makes them the happiest. Yes, they still show up in Twitch since you set them up on the website and connected with Twitch at some point in the past. Just not for you since you need the plugin to actually see them. Opsy. Thank you. I also have enough friends that have... Okay, I have plenty that have changed teams and just stayed with whatever team they changed to. Safest answer. Either gender or sexual preference or something like that. And they pick one and they've stuck with it. Or at least something similar. They went bi and then they went gay. Or they kind of went female and then just went wholeheartedly into it. Generally, anyone is at least a direction. Enough that you're not going to screw up too heavily. But I have a few other friends that have gone and played the hopscotch version of what the answers are. And more than enough time. If I don't see these people in person, I've made the mistake of, no, I'm male now. Okay. No, I'm female now. Okay. What, you didn't know I'm male again? I haven't talked to you in about 3 weeks. Has this changed? Fine. He. Well, how about we just, when we meet you every time, just wear a name tag that says he or she, and I'll know what to say. That'll make my life easier. Pick. Show. Don't get mad at me. I'm one of those few weird people out there that's actually trying to be good.
Not, I agree with you.
People can get super upset if you use if you need to up their pronoun. If you need up their pronouns, I think it's silly to be a jerk about the kind of stuff, but that might just be me. I agree. If you mess up their pronouns, yes, I agree. I really hate that.
As long as someone is trying and like not intentionally being a jerk, then it's fine.
If I only see you in text and your name is genuinely looks like a specific gender, that's not one of those ambiguous things like Pat or Chris or something. You know, your name is Frank. And you're just like your Twitch name is Frank. And I say, hi, Frank. How you doing, buddy? My dude. I'm a female. You could have told me. Give me a heads up. Don't be mad at me. I don't know. Tell me, say something. Here's to say if anyone needs it. I do. I'll look on that later. What gender do you see in my name? Honestly, I don't. With you, you actually have a very super neutral. It's not like it's a guy name or a girl name. It defines you as a cat since it's a double negative cat. That's all I ever knew. I honestly had no idea. Cat gender. Yeah. Okay. Not your gender is meow, okay? Your gender meow. Thank you, love. Cats are gender. They're simply fuss. Oh, female cats exist. I'm unfortunately aware of that. Most all the cats we owned when I was growing up were female, and you have to get them repaired. Gender fuss pants. Because if a female cat isn't breeding, you do need to get them fixed, or A, they're going to get damaged from cycles, or B, they're going to get out and make kittens, and you're going to have to deal with more cats. And a female cat, when it gets to its first in heat, is loud, and it makes the noise. Gender fusspuss, and my gender kitty lover. I'm gonna say that the politically correct version. You're allowed to type that word. I don't mind. Yeah, female cats make the meow trying to attract males from inside your house, and it's never going to work, and they are stuck there. And male cats, until they're repaired, make everything theirs in the stinky way. Obviously, cats do have more than one way to make things theirs. Scratching their claws on them and or rubbing their faces on them do make things theirs. So if a cat's ever kneaded her claws into you and or rubbed her cheeks on you, they have claimed you. And of course, boy cats have that other trait of going wee on it. Kind of like dogs do on every single thing they think is owned by another dog. I've had a female cat. They are so vocal. They really are. I miss Bursty. She was a beautiful kitty. She was wonderful. Sissy was good. Sissy was the cat we had when I was a baby. Yeah, I think my Stream Elements is currently broken after my update of OBS today. I'm going to have to look into that after I'm done. So my exclamation things are failing right now. I'm also loud, but I also pee on everything I see. So it evens out. You know, that's fine. You know, be both kinds of things. You're a kitty. You're loud. Again, you're gender cat, not gender male or female. You do all of you. This is why you're moving these. I know. I made the mistake of finally letting the OBS update come in that's been complaining at me for the last, 2 months. And it made me a headache when it happened. So, I hate you, OBS. I hate you. And two-factor authentication, we're going to go back to that. Gender cat is silly, too. It's too silly. Yes. You're a gender cat. And your name cat. This is convenient. I'm gender Caddie. It is Caddie gender. I dress how I like. I act how I like. I don't care what anyone else thinks. Also, I make dresses for boys. Because I like it that way. That's part of my MO. And or boys who want to be girls. Those are the two. That's the requirement. If I make a dress for it, probably started game as an outie, not an innie. Because usually those are the ones who have the hardest time finding a dress that actually fits their body type. Because they're not made for how they were shaped at their waist / hips. Fun fact, whenever you get dresses being bigger sizes, you know, going from, say, a 16 to an 18 to a 20 to whatever, they usually keep increasing the size of the boob holder section. So by the time you got to a Caddie-sized dress, it looked like you had to have beach balls in there. You practically had to be Dolly Parton to wear this dress that's big enough at my waist. Women don't grow in, slate forms, nor do men who want to dress, change teams or dress pretty too. So either you gotta pad that stuff out, or you gotta sew it in a little bit. Oh, should I turn the swearing down a bit? It's generally difficult to keep myself. No, you're fine. I don't mind. I may not always read every swear word out correctly, but I don't mind if it's typed there. Words is words. Words is fine. Again, as long as you're not using a couple of those really specific words that can be excessively offensive. The bundle of six word, or the
already on the list,
and the card you have to flip over in Yu-Gi-Oh. And of course things like the Ed word, which I don't think is appropriate anywhere. Get your clothes professionally tailored? That's my job. I fix my own clothes. One good thing I learned from my mother since I was a very, very, very small kitten. I learned how to sew. My mother came from the generation where they made a lot of clothes. And one of her major hobbies before I was born was making and selling Barbie doll clothes. There are a ton of butter cookie tins in that house that are full of Barbie clothes at this point.
You mean sewing kit tins?
Sewing kit tins, which, yes, I buy those cookies still all the time. They're delicious.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if I'd call myself a tailor, but I do make a lot of clothes for myself, mostly dresses. And I do take in things whenever I need to, or let things out as need be. But I learned to sew from Mom back when I was just a wee little sprout. And I've been sewing ever since. Honestly, I made my first princess dress because I wanted a princess dress. And to get the first one I was able to buy and fit, not only did I go on a very long, pretty strict diet, but I also worked myself on a corset till I could get my waist down to a 46 before I was willing to buy the dress I wanted. And then I used that dress as a basic concept pattern, and I made my very own first dress that I made. And now, several racks later, I have a lot of dresses that I own, and a lot that I've bought and modified to actually fit right. Because occasionally I'll find things that are, well, that price is really good for what it is, and I can size that up for almost nothing. Worth it! Wild, I did alter a few dresses for you. I do not mind. I am very happy to do tailor work for my friends. I'm cheap. Sewing is relaxing, and if I can make someone happy for almost no money, and make it so they can fit a clothing item, more power to it. Made my first, absolutely. Made that first princess dress back. Wow, we still lived in Carlisle at the time, long ago. That has to be way over 10 years at this point that I made that dress. Since then, I've made at least a dozen or so dresses and modified, let out or done work on easily another dozen for myself, let alone ones for people like Wild. Because I'm good at what I do. I speak satin. Which Carlisle, if I may ask? We might have grown up at the same time. Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Just south of Harrisburg. Well, I didn't grow up there. Autumn and I lived there. Fopsy lived there. We lived there when we moved in together. I grew up in a town called Apollo, which if you ever even heard of that besides me just saying it, I am shocked and amazed. Also, there's only one Apollo in all of the United States. And Canada, Mexico, America, period. There is one Apollo. There's one other Apollo, and that's in Greece. Oh, you grew up in Iowa. Nice. You were born... Well, you're still American. Canada's part of America. It's just the hat of America. It's America hat. I actually feel bad for Canadian friends when people refer to just the United States as America. Them's fighting words. When America really goes from the top of Canada to the bottom of South America. All of that's America. But America is, when people say it, they mean the United States of America. America.
I was going to say, no, all that is America. We're the only ones that America is actually appropriate for.
You got a good point there, Nepal. Love you.
You're lazy.
We are lazy. I usually find it as a derogatory descriptive word whenever I need to describe something that is very United Statesian. That's America cheese. American cheese. America burgers. Canada is undoubtedly similar to the States. We don't want to admit it, but we are. Honestly, the majority of civilized areas anymore, and I use that term as politely as possible, modernized, I try not to use an incorrect or impolite word for this stuff. Modernized countries that have cities and internets and McDonald's and all of the normal things in life. The cultures are all getting very, very similar. Yes, different areas will have different options and different words and different ways of being, different customs still, but in general, most of them are becoming more homogenous, other than oftentimes just the language spoke. And usually it's language spoke and the methods of transportation. Like, say you go to Germany, you're going to have, yes, you have grocery stores, you have fast food places. People eat at fast foods and go to grocery stores. They go to a Tesco and an Aldi, not a Walmart and a Kroger. Same stuff.
Germany is beautiful, by the way.
Different. Oh, it is. I loved the couple times I got to visit there.
Munich in December.
I got to go to Munich once for a little bit, and I was in Frankfurt for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Both pretty. I also did get to be in Prague in the Czech Republic for about a day. Very interesting. But really, if you're in a city anywhere in the world, you're in a city anywhere in the world. It just comes down to how spread out that city is, to whether or not you're going to get around in a car, or in a bus, or train, or subway, or whatever other method is the most common at that area. To quote the great Gaffigan, we all have our McDonald's. We all have it. May not be the same exact place, but we all have them. Burger King? Yeah, that's just the United Kingdom's McDonald's. That's just a different kind of gossip. though. Really, they're all very Merca-y. So yeah, but you can go to almost any country and you get Mackers. I just used the Australian and New Zealand word for it. Mackers.
Nice. In Ireland, they're called MacDonalds. MacDonalds. Because I guess MC, like McDonald's, is like offensive or something. I don't know.
Well, over there, that's where people still go by Mac as part of their name, and Mick was a more of a shortened, almost I guess, a slur of the Irish
That's it.
wording.
Yeah.
Because so many things got translated at Ellis Island that I feel bad for people from other countries that lost some of their identity when they became Mercas. But that was all. Most of that was hundreds of years ago, so anyone alive didn't do it. I got to get my tail over to Europe one day for another pilgrimage. Believe it or not, this naughty kitty is quite spiritual. Well, I am glad you are. I am glad you are happy with whatever religion makes you the happiest little not. I'm definitely not religious, but I don't hold against anyone who decides that they are, in any shape or form, spiritual. Be it you have a specific religion, just like religions in general, just like a lot of the interesting ceremonial procedures of religions. I have been to quite a few different ceremonial thingies for different religious units. Oh, you're spiritual. I'm sorry, spiritual. My apologies. I was not trying to be defining on that. In fact, I was trying to be as vague as possible. I do not want to accuse you of any particular spiritual item or desire. It's okay. I'm not at all offended. Thank you. I appreciate. But in that vein, though, yeah, I actually have been to quite a few interesting religious ceremonies that I never thought I'd get a chance to or experience, being grown up in a very, very Protestant family. The first time I even went to a Catholic mass, it was an experience. But I've been
That's
to.
one way to put it.
I was actually at several Jewish religious ceremonies over the years, which were interesting. Quite a few Wiccan and other New Age religious ceremonies of those sorts. Maybe Druidism, though, like sexuality, religion can change. I agree. I don't have a specific religion that I want to believe in. I'm happy being an atheist, but I think a lot of the ceremony can be neat. And a lot of the community function that can come out of a basic religious situation is not necessarily bad. It's when it becomes exclusionary that it becomes bad. So, say you were at a nondescript Protestant religion of some sort, one of those, and you just went Sunday mornings most of the time, unless a good football game was on or something. I don't watch football, but I'd make that same excuse to have a day off. And you really enjoyed the people you hung out with at said church when you were there. You really enjoyed the holiday baking experience where there'd be a gathering every Thanksgiving on the Saturday thereof, and it was a giant potluck. And you got to taste Fran's scalloped potatoes, which you really loved. And that was the only time you got to eat Fran's scalloped potatoes. and that was a part of your life. Fine. In this case, religion has done a useful thing for you. You had a little bit of sociability, especially in the years past, long before the interwebs were a big thing for communicating and hanging out with people. Because right now, what am I doing? I'm sitting on the internet, communicating with a bunch of you over a chat window, communicating with this cute little Renamon standing next to me. Are any of us nearby? 2 of us. Fopsy is physically about 5 feet to my left hand. Give or take. I'd have to get the tape measure to be 100% sure. Wild, maybe a 15 to 20 minute drive, depending on if there's traffic. But even people like Nepal here, that's a good 4 hours, probably easy, since you live on the other side of Chi-Town from me. And that's a 3.5 hour drive.
Add about an hour to get through.
So, 4.5 maybe-ish hours. You'd say 20? That's a good estimate there, Wild. I would say so. According to the Googly Maps, it's 22 minutes to Sam's Club, usually. And our friend Maki, who recently moved into the area, is, depending on the day that Google Maps plots it, 22 to 24 minutes from us. I swear, I've gone to visit him twice now, and every single time, Google Maps has picked a slightly different route to get there and get back. I'm just like, pick one. That way I can start remembering I don't have to use you every time. Just hike up the Appalachian Trail. I'll be waiting with brownies. Brownies! Yay! I love brownies. Fopsy loves brownies too. Have one warm with some vanilla ice cream, and she's already out the door.
Oh, I had that last night.
What, hot brownie with ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat jelly. I do like brownies. I do make them often, but last pan took too long to disappear, so I'm going to wait a while before I do it again. Speaking of said Appalachians, Nepal, share some with class. I agree.
I would if I could. I will say one thing. If you go to AC and you attend the Artisan Dealers Reception, you'll find the same one that I have.
Ooh. Nom nom.
Oh yes, they are tasty.
The town I grew up in was on just the west side of the Appalachians, and where I moved to for about 11 years of my life was just to the east of the Appalachians. So I'm very familiar with that piece of mountainy section that I would have to drive across to go visit my family for 11 years. Now I just have to drive across the flatness that is Ohio. For the record, Route 30 is boring.
Northern Ohio's flat.
Yeah. Yeah. 30. Corn, soybeans, corn, soybeans. Pennsylvania. Starts to be lumpy.
After stream, I have a thing I have to send you. It's hilarious.
I'm okay with this.
About driving in Ohio.
I think we've both done enough of it too, yes. When I was growing up, we had a camper that fit on the back of the pickup truck, and we would go camping in campgrounds, usually in Ohio, including up near Sandusky at a place with roller coasters, and it was fun.
Yeah, Cedar Point.
Loved Cedar Point. And I'm still so close to it. I'm actually closer to it now than when I was growing up. And slightly closer to Kings Island down in Cincy. Also good selection of steel there. And quite a few wooden coasters that I can't ride.
It has been years since I've been to KI.
Me too. I had a girlfriend when I last went there.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
We saw a concert there. That's where I first. That's the first time I saw Weird Al Yankovic in concert. At Kings Island.
Wait, the first time?
That was the first time I saw him. Poodle Hat
You've seen him more
tour.
than once?
Huh?
You've seen him live more than once?
Yeah. Several times. I'm not sure how many times at this point. I know one year around Anthrocon, we saw him in Fort Wayne the Tuesday before we left, and the tour followed us to Pittsburgh, and we saw him Sunday at Anthrocon at the same tour.
What year was that?
I forget. I'm bad at these things. I think the closest amusement park is about 1,000 kilometers away from me. Nothing but woods forever. I am sorry, not. Come visit. We'll take you to amusement park. We have a spare room. We have two of them, actually. Yeah, I don't remember the year we did Double Weird Al. But it was such a convenient thing. Don't be. I love the woods. So do we. If you Google Maps us and you try to look at where our house is, you can't see our house because of the tree canopy. We specifically even picked a suburbia that would make the Fopsy the happiest. In the woods. Well, suburbia in a woods, kind of. I wish it was more woodsy for her, but I can't win. Yes, we probably want to plant some more trees, especially after where the one fell. It does have a maple growing. I am not sure if it's part of the old root system or if it's a new one that sprouted where it was, but it's definitely growing. It had fresh leaves. I know Fopsy also misses the ocean, too far away. I got one tree in the center of my backyard. Yeah, you live in a different suburban section. You find all sorts of crazy flora and fungi here in New Brunswick. Part of the reason why I'm a mycologist in training. I know I'm saying that wrong. I know what it means, but I'm bad at word. Mycologist? Mytologist? Person who studies mushrooms. Yes. You're also known as my hero because I love mushrooms. Yummy, yummy, yummy mushrooms. And thanks to all the mushroomy based fake meat products that have been coming out lately, they're one of the few things that could almost get me to go vegetarian if the prices could go down. Mycologist. Thank you. Mycologist. You are a mycologist in training. I'm a dumb old lion. Still in training. I'm also getting aware that I've been streaming for almost 3 hours 45 minutes. And I have to work tomorrow morning. And I kind of want to get a snacky poo after I'm done streaming before I go to bed. I really kind of need to raid you guys out before it gets any later. Who have I not bothered lately? Hmm. You know, he's got usually about an hour left. I think that'll work. I made my pick. I haven't bothered that little doggy in ages. It's usually even on my pop-up list. So, thank you for spending time with me, all you lovely fluffs. I will fix the exclamation commands on my thing after we're done here. Probably tomorrow. Bad at things. Um, Thank you for spending time with me. My Discord and YouTube are listed down in the description box below, as is my FA. If you want to see a bunch of my dresses and fursuits, that's a good place. Those are two good places to look at them. And if you're available and are willing to, please follow my YouTube account. I only need about 185 more followers to be able to monetize for the ads you see anyway. And you are welcome for the stream there, Not. It's nice to get to talk to you too. And please, by all means, if you spot my name on the VR chats here, send a friend request. I will accept. Heck, if you even want to come visit during my streams and you want to be on VR chat, you're welcome. I let cuties like Nepal come in, and Denny and Emmy. So, yeah, of course you'd be welcome. Anyway, I'm gonna let you all go say hi to the short doggy. Please make sure you call this corgi Short when I send you there. That is very important. Call him Short. It's very important that you refer to him as Short. He. And I will see you all again on Wednesday from 7 to 10. Fopsy streams from 7 to 10 on Tuesdays and Friday. Linked in my description box below. That is the other half. And I'm sending you all off. See you on sooner. Boop. Clicky. And